Hello. Yeah, oh, you're already on. You fuck me.
Nice.
Dragon spits with.
I'm surprised you don't have Paper Mache Dragon Head on that.
You know what? One thing at a time, my friend.
And we're... Oh, we all
Riley,
have our
what's your character in
priorities.
this?
It's June, actually. I'm very slow.
His character is one of those hot crows that can't fly.
Is that two?
Artificer, yeah.
That's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I know that fucking riff.
Aaron, Cedric,
It's been my ringtone for years.
Enchantos, Shadow.
Shadowrun Crazy Guys. Of course. Yes.
Part 5 or whatever the fuck it is.
I know it's in
Part
here.
5 to 9.
It's drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's not that one, right? It's the next one.
I don't have One Eye's name. I've always referred to him as One Eye in my notes.
Me too. I don't even remember him having a real name.
I don't either.
I thought it was just always One Eye.
Like that's what I was like. Was it ever like if you would have mentioned a real name for him, I would have wrote it down. I'm like, I swear I would have.
I had Any Color You Like as my ringtone for the longest time. Backside. That's a great ringtone. It's just like.
That album was when I was in school. When I like to get work done.
My rendition of it. It's in chronological order of the album. Song to
This is not
song.
gonna show me. I know I wrote it down. I know it's in here. And it's all these other characters that I
This is for Brady. Run, rabbit, run, dig that hole, stick in the sun, and then race towards another grave. Under the prison piece of soil instead of the rainbow. There's time and money. I did a screenshot of David Gilmour's hands playing a steel guitar for Big Egg in the Sky. Rose for Claire Torrey who sang it. This is a screenshot from the Pulse concert, Us and Them. The keys from Brain Damage, you lock the door for the key, the song with it, there's something that's cool. Eclipse. And then Any Color You Like.
That's cool.
So,
Can I sit on this stool here? This one?
Yeah, if you want, you can take that.
Just that one's sweet.
You're all good. Well, this is easy. Yeah. No, that's going way back.
Yeah.
Alright, well, while I'm looking for this, welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Urine Cartoon, the third, fourth really, season of, third and a half? No, I had a 2.5. That's in any event. Welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Urine Cartoon, the Dungeons and Dragons campaign that is taking its twists, turns, roller coastering our intrepids towards what fate might call a clusterfuck. As a scientific term, as I know it. On that bombshell, who would care to regale us what happened last episode on Aaron Dark? Also quiet. I thought it was an exciting session.
it was.
It went
It's
crazy.
a lot to process.
Well,
I was clearly targeted and not for my own greed.
I got us out and I set the whole fucking building on fire. There was
Totally not my fault at all. The DM hates me. Everybody else drops me. I refuse.
Anyways, there was a
We're
whole
gonna
bunch
keep
of
getting
fungus
beat to
that
death.
just started
No,
coming up
they
like
were-
crazy.
Yeah.
And I ran over to the fuel tank and I pulled the
Oh
hose
yeah,
off of
you
it.
wrote a hose of fire.
And I just fucking lit the whole place on fire. Just burned the whole place down.
That's about where I got to when I was watching it.
We hatched
That was
two
it.
eyes.
I love that.
Better.
Yes.
We hatched two eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, incubated 2 eyes.
Then he fucked up the.
I got promoted to captain. We
Oswald's
got
Army.
given a
Or
house.
was it Oswald's Army?
So we have a
He fucked up the
stronghold
monsters,
now.
the dragons.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
My timelines are colliding in my head. Stopped the Hydra from setting us on fire. I thought that was fun.
Cool.
I yoinked the Hydra. Does it specify? I'm like, it just says I can do this. And it's like, son of a bitch. I'm like, yoink.
Yoink.
And then what else here?
Mhm.
No.
Giant frog thing. Avatar of the swamp.
The crocodile guy?
Crocus? No. Which one was that?
Sorry, when we're talking about
The Avatar of the Frog?
yeah, that would be Papa Crocus.
Crocus.
Oh,
Crocus.
there's several there's several gods. You're talking about the Avatar or the gods?
The one that was right there.
The giant frog.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it was
the giant
Papa
frog. Yeah, you saw the giant frog, which was Crocus, and several of the members of the pantheon, the Lilies and Crocun, and Dabastra was there with, of course, with Whisper.
Yeah, turns out the technology that Sigma and the Aaron were using came from the
Stolen.
Ozrins.
From a family of thieves and liars.
The Ozrins.
Just
who
move on.
Went home, you know? That's what it is.
Alessandra, so we're just gonna move on.
And who did that? Who stole what? What are we talking about here?
Plans for something. I don't know. My brain is kind of full.
Tycho stole the information, or the
What happened?
Tycho, her dad.
Did he?
He stole all the.
Did he steal it, or
schematic.
was that like a deal or something?
Well, I mean, I just work here, man.
Like, were
Oh
they
yeah, he stole the
confirmed it was
schematics
that?
from Whiteface Kid thing. From the creepy laugh kid.
Well, no, it would have been
Whisper.
from his family.
His name is Whisper.
Yeah, it would have been from Whisper's family before they. You know?
Not Osrin, creepy kid with a mask.
Yeah, that's his last name.
Whisper.
Whisper. This is like
Pseudonym.
pseudonym, yeah. And then Osrin is his
I'm
family.
not digging through my notes for his real first name. We're just gonna call him Whisper or Osrin.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, we saved it. Dragons got beaten. Went and harvested some scales.
Hello.
Got Titan, my hippo, to help. I was like, how many could I carry? He's like, I'm curious. I was like, how much? Then cut Titan all. I bought a cart and we just fucking loaded it with like dragon scale. Got like 290 scales. You can have all. I forgot about that. I haven't actually. Yeah, but yeah, we got rich. Bought fresh armor.
Mm-hmm.
Weight plus 1.
Right, actually. This is good. There's some Aaron Garden stuff in here that I did miss. Here we go. Motherfucker, what's the name?
Never existed, dude. It was always one
Godzilla
of
says cock, came as a bit of a now. Oh my god.
perfect
Nice
opportunity
dice.
to do it.
Yeah,
You get the name of right here.
The worst thing for me is knowing I named the character, risking that I've actually said the name at some point, and then having to make up a new one, and then finding the name later.
Did you say his name out
Yeah,
loud?
that's where you just retcon it.
I
He's known by many
swear.
names.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, it is what it is. Damn it.
Some people call him little bitch.
Say,
Only anybody calls him little bitch.
does anybody want any fries from Donair?
No. Thank you, I'm good though.
Help
I
yourself.
had dinner.
Help yourself, okay?
I have this amazing barbecue pork sandwich.
The place midway.
Yeah, I have
downtown.
a weakness for barbecue pork.
Don't we all?
I don't know why. It's fuck.
It's in
Based.
your head.
Based.
Base?
Based. Yeah.
What?
Something all the cool kids are saying these days.
Completely
Fuck.
relatable. Yes, barbecue pork is like the best.
Makes you feel better. I'm from her
Best.
generation.
What the fuck did you
And I
say?
don't even
Based.
understand it.
BASED.
Super bass. Like bees?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
It can also be a bad
Skibidi.
just so you know.
I'm older than you.
That's my
I know. I said we're from the same generation.
I don't know if you're 97, you're a Gen Z.
I'm 96. I'm millennial.
I remember 96.
Okay, you just.
Yeah, I know. I'm last year.
I'm on the cusp. I'm 83. I'm still a millennial, technically. Which doesn't make sense because I don't feel like that. There's actually a name for. it's
When
like-
I know, it's bugging the shit out.
No, 80 to 85 or something like that. That's like a whole other like
Gen X.
sub thing that they created.
Oops.
It's like
There's also Generation Alpha.
Yeah, that's a new one.
There's a brain rock culture right there.
Whatever. Sells Pepsi. But no, goddamn it, idiot. Light better's here.
I'm okay. I just woke
Oh,
up.
Julie, there's a bunch of virgin players that are interested in playing a one-off. If we want to throw something together at some point.
You know me.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that want to play one.
Bruce, my roommate, you know Bruce. He's interested in playing a one-off.
Yeah.
And
We didn't even like playing Boulder's Gate.
Yeah, it's still an experience this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm aware of that. Brady actually apologized to him the other day.
Yeah.
We no longer take Brady's game recommendations.
Why is that?
Well, Brady will be like, we should all buy this game. So we'll all buy that game. And then Brady will play like an hour of it.
Oh.
And then just leave me and Bruce. And then like, if we don't even like the game, we're like No Man's Sky, me and Bruce were both pretty pissed.
Yeah.
And then we ended up liking it after, but not because of Brady.
It's a spike rating.
But yeah, no, he's interested in coming because every time I come home, he's like, "So what'd you do?" And I tell him, he's like, "Sounds pretty fun."
Yeah.
And then Aaron Hibbing.
Yeah.
He wants to come out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know Aaron.
Yeah, you know Aaron too, I think.
From school, yeah, for sure.
No.
Oh, never mind. That's Hibbard.
Yeah.
Hibbing, yeah, I know Hibbing as well.
Yeah. He has all the LED outfits and stuff.
He is the
Oh,
the
yeah,
Mandalorian.
Aaron Hibbing, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Mandalorian.
That's his brother Brandon.
That is
So Brendan, he's not going to come. I wouldn't want to play with him anyway. I think.
I do know Aaron though.
Yeah, Aaron wants to play. Bruce wants to play.
Aaron's chill as fuck.
Neither of them have played before.
They're honestly both pretty chill, but
Yeah. Brendan
But
can be a
cool
little
and
bit
creative
bummer
and
sometimes.
interesting.
I've only ever seen him at like your events, so
Julie, is there any benefit to eating dragon meat? Or is there anything special that you can eat off dragon to become better?
Are you thinking about throwing a barbecue?
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is that it's going to be, I'd imagine, very chicken-like, just on a very large scale. So the whole of Three Trees is eating, a massive feast for the next, foreseeable. Goodness knows, right? I mean,
Would it be-
it was a
would it
whole.
be like the
it was
same-
3 dragons total, if I'm not mistaken.
To chicken, would it be like
but I think only two were
salmon?
actually.
That's right. The last one was.
Last one failed.
I'm out of here. Sorry.
It'd be like the salmon of chicken, the red meat, the white meat. Salmon is
Maybe.
to fish. Dragon is to chicken.
I don't know. I would say that there's aquatic dragons, so no, not this one. But
Also,
actually, you know what?
also,
I stand
I think it's
corrected. I stand corrected. It's a black dragon, so it is a swampy dragon.
Maybe it'd be more like
Actually, I'm gonna be a
Don't
dick.
worry
It's
about
more like
that.
lizard meat. Oh no, I'm kidding. It's still chicken, man. Like whatever the scales on the outside, whatever they're doing on the
Chicken.
yeah, it's still chicken.
I'm assuming
Just
you
big
can
chicken.
sell dragon penis to some sort of culture, and they would be like all about it.
Like one
Or
of my
maybe it
favorite
tastes
scenes
like
in Jurassic
alligator.
Park 1.
It just looks like a big turk fanny.
Then he proceeds to traumatize the little kid, talking about fucking velociraptors.
Oh yeah.
It's
With
like
the
one of
claw,
my,
it'll
it's
get
like
you here,
literally
get
the
you
first
here.
like 3 minutes of the movie, and he
They really set
traumatizes
the
the
pace
child.
that way. It's nice.
I loved it.
that.
Jurassic Park.
Which one?
The first one, yeah. When the kid learns, like, look at that, it's intact, like, fossil of a velociraptor, and the kid's like, looks like a turkey. And then he proceeds to literally traumatize this kid by telling him how the velociraptor
I like the
works.
guys. The rest of you can go.
It's when you see them in front. It's the one in the side.
So, gentlemen,
Yo, we're well fed, well rested, and ready.
indeed. So, as much as I've set up this little scene and whatnot, picked out some minis, the question really is,
We're in my house.
well, yeah, the question is, really, what are you guys doing during the kind of aftermath of everything there? I'll give you guys all of about a day.
Give me a jetpack.
Now, hold
Jousting.
on. This is in Three Trees, I want to say.
Yeah,
Right?
I'd be hanging out.
Now, during this time, Bertox, he's been hanging out in the city, I'd imagine, where shit has been getting very, very real. From last session where you guys defeated your children and released Sigma, you guys released Sigma from the thing, and then
Spawn
and then afterwards went back to, right, that's right, you guys were in the outpost, sorry, my bad. So you guys, having returned there, you're hanging out at the city, waiting on effectively whatever the next step of this might be, whilst they attend to Sigma's need for conquest. And you hear doings and goings on about this while you're working to kind of lock down and defend the whole of the city against the impending. This is really the wrong music for this.
Bonobo, we.
Hurry up. No. Drop you down a octave or two.
Very cool.
And then
We
turn
did.
that up.
I think you were talking about when we went to Irngarden, and then it all got like ripped apart.
Very dragon.
And Sigmund's were erected, and then we all bailed.
So,
There's the
Um,
email we need, right?
I'm going to need right off the hop, if you could, an intelligence and proficiency check. So basically, you're sciencing some shit at the moment as things are exploding all around this place. The whole of it rocked from its core to its externals, from throughout and through within. Oh, we already got viewers. Okay, I'm glad I picked the right channel. No idea what I'm doing when it comes to chat.
Int plus proficiency.
Yeah, hey, viewers. Okay.
Int plus proficiency, you said?
Yes, sir. As you science stuff, being Dr. Bartok, Dr. Mizram as you are, the good drow doctor works tirelessly around the clock for the next little while whilst you guys are all out doing the thing. Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 plays, but it's really skewed and sped up and slowed down as we kind of like do revolutions around you and then come across to show over the shoulder as you're doing various calculations and whatnot. Sorry, what was your total there?
18.
Terrific stuff, yeah. With those calculations all one after the next getting check marked off, it pulls back from where it's over the shoulder, showing you all the various calculations. It shows one of your assistants, as it were, holding the document as they pat another assistant on the back, as that assistant is getting strapped up to a board. And experiment number 1 takes place as the camera kind of pans over here, and there's a flash, and there's a bunch of smoke that comes into frame, and some people high five as you give a shake and cross it off, and then give a quick back in for the next test subject to come in. But after a couple of these and a quick montage, success, as you start to see a couple of these guys cured of their mycelium infections. So basically, you're seeing these folks that have just have the first stages of whatever infection come forth. You're like, we'll just burn it out. And the first guy and just completely ignites and immolates from the inside out. The next guy you bring up there, you're like, maybe we could get it from the outside. And you laser the fuck out of him. He's just next. So in the event, very much as such, you get some results though, and the next thing you know, you guys are starting to actually burn out the mycelium using an imbued sort of crystalline pill. And basically what this thing is if you imagine a little pill, you guys imbue it with a little radiant energy, and somebody swallows it. And if they survive, they're cured. It's perfect. Maybe some perfection, but you know. Long and the short, it does a d6 of damage to the individual every round, and if you can keep them alive during the process, then which takes about roughly 10 rounds, so you know, roughly 60 damage it does at the top end, and about 20 at the lowest, on average, I'll say. But the point being is that most people survive if they're given the right treatment, and that's what matters. You can be there giving them the right treatment sometimes.
This large mass of skin is normal, right?
You can use it to sail with now. Have you ever thought about taking a parasailing?
It's normal now.
We're high up. You just, jump. So with that said, though, over the course of these experiments, 1d6 damage per round for 10 rounds. And if the individual survives, awesome. That said, though,
What if it's used as a suppository?
if it's used as a suppository, it's I'm going to say it's double damage for only 3 rounds.
I'm gonna write
So
that
it's
down.
2d6 over the course of half the rounds. When I say 10, so 5. There you
Oh, it works a heck of a lot quicker.
go. It works out a lot quicker.
And you can't just breathe.
You stay the hell
Check.
away.
Get a special charge out of that one. I mean, we'll stick with it. I'm good with that. Who doesn't love a good suppository, right? Am I right? All right. So,
And I am a man of science. One must wonder.
there's been echoes throughout the whole of the swamplands already, as there's a resonation, like somebody dropped a giant pebble into the pond that is the Farseas, and a ripple has made its way up, letting everybody know that there's a great one once more. Gretzky? No. It is Shalzuath's child, you hear. And they have called it Shalkumar. And his name is on the lips of every swamp citizen throughout the entirety of the expanse.
Okay,
From north to south, from east to where the Urngartens will allow it.
That's the croc.
The Croc's known as Shalkumar. And it's headed for the White Capital.
Is there a Shal Herald?
Right?
What is that with 5 O's, 2 U's?
No, it's just Shal with one L, apostrophe, and then Kumar. Kumar.
White Castle, baby.
Hmm?
Kumar.
K-U-M-A-R? Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Kumar. Just like in the Kumar of Kumar fame. Harold and Kumar. But yeah, Shalzuath is the original. So it be, so it shall always be.
Shal
God damn it.
Zoo. What?
People wearing
Shalzuath.
Crocs in his honor.
So
Zoo.
S-Z-U-A-T.
People are starting to wear Crocs in his honor.
Shalzuath.
Very-
Shall
That's one his name?
one.
Yeah,
one
very
Shall
nice.
do
Idiocracy
No,
style.
I've never
Catching
done
on quick.
Yeah, no, I know you haven't. I had to make it up because I can't find it. I know I've said it.
It has
I will find
it.
Doesn't sound familiar.
But he's known by many names. Shalzuath is this other name
Teeth marks.
that comes actually from the Orcan tongue, and is so named because there is but a tribe that has responded to this sudden, what they call disturbance in the swamp. This heresy, they say, that translated, the orcs are upset and call it such, to resurrect something that was once championed upon and destroyed. Stories begin to coil quickly amidst the noise that ripples away from your doings. The music's not bad, but that's it. It pans back against you as the defense systems have been reprogrammed. At least we'll see. Give me another intelligence or actually your choice. We'll give intelligence or wisdom plus proficiency. Your choice which way it goes.
10 total.
And which one are you using there? Intelligence?
Yeah.
Int?
Yeah.
Very good. Attempting to think your way through this, you realize that you have no solutions for this situation. You've never faced this before.
Your pumpkin.
Best you attempt.
What's this doing for me?
Another
It's a
D4.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wait, she's nowhere near him to count.
Yeah.
That is going to be an issue. Your assistant has given you guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't want it.
Bam, that's canon now.
4.
Nope, has
No,
to go
it
to the table.
has to.
Oh,
I know.
such a 4.
And of course,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
wrong.
With that said,
It's not a failure, it's just a setback.
you know what? I'm feeling generous, but I'm just not going to let it go through the table. So with that said, you can have this an advantage.
Oh, nice. That's 20 if there's no guidance on that.
Okay, terrific. With your assistant's help, not just their guidance. So would you roll 20?
20.
A math 20? Yeah. And with that said,
It's not a nat 20.
no, math 20.
I see.
With that said, it's only a few experiments later that you managed to reprogram the whole of Genesis around the entirety of Irongarden. And so much that Ironclaw, like the Borg, ruffles off the mushrooms. The whole of the capital simply allows your electrostatic charges and biogenetic signals to emanate out, and the whole of the place vibrates as Pinocchio comes in behind and gives you a clap on the back. I should have known what he was doing when he selected you. And he adjusts his jaw slightly as you watch from his wrist. He sprouts out a screwdriver and just like adjusts it. It runs for a moment, and it retracts as he looks upon you and then stares into the various hollow crystals that are situated. Just crystal balls that are all suspended up. It looks like a clutch of eggs that are hanging on the ceiling. And you've seen the one in Tycho's chambers as well. But
Yes.
yes, you guys have seen that. The point being is that as you guys stare through in the whole of the place, you watch like infected peoples are slowly dropping all around, just falling over as resonation hits them, enrichifies the mycelium network, breaks them off from the network. And meanwhile, Sigma stands over your shoulder and looks at everything and says, "It feels good to kick my ass."
Sigma's back in Aaron. Are you in Aaron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sigma's back in Aaron.
I've
He's in
been
Aaron.
working here.
You guys
studying, leading
are, meanwhile, as all this is going on,
We're at my crib.
that's right.
Yeah. Cracking kegs.
I just
Shit
want to
lit.
say for the record,
Indeed.
Mizram, with the help of his assistant, he makes note that he should probably.
Assistants suck.
He's not the kind of guy that wants someone to surpass him like that. So when he was approached by Sigma, he was thinking about how he could like undercut his assistant. So
Fair
she
enough.
doesn't get credit for all the help, or they, whoever it was.
Very prideful.
Give her a pill.
Yeah, and not
Very-
above.
Take
Yeah.
2. Call me in the morning,
Yeah, sure.
or don't. Tell no it worked.
That's the drow way.
Yeah, it's very drow.
Step on people from top.
That's right. With that said,
My elbow was up first.
as the camera pans against your face and shows like the reflection of everything, and there's like a brief flash in your eyeballs on the one side as another experiment takes place. The camera pan. Where's my soundboard noise? Camera pans against you guys.
Yeah, but confident health is so hard to find these days.
Oh,
Should
come.
we talk to like?
And the Erin Gardens don't take kindly to
Or
their
hardly
staff
since
coughing
I hope
and
not.
chaff
No.
that we
Would
find
y'all
gas
go there?
at.
What do you mean? She was a volunteer test subject.
And from there, it's over to you guys, who are situated in the midst of 3 trees, actually. And the camera's going to pass from, like, the flash, pass through your eyeball into that flash, and a moment later come through, like, the horizon of a skyline and dip down as we see a bunch of birds flutter past. And in the distance, we see, like, a whole bunch of huge mushrooms that are sprouting up out of the horizon amidst the trees that are making up
Like
said
tree
carpet.
sized?
Hey?
Like tree-sized mushrooms?
Like bigger than the trees, like hanging over the canopy,
Mario
providing a
World
massive.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Should
Massive
we go
amount
talk
of
to the
shade.
mayor? Since we just saved town, / we still need to save more.
But jetpack just.
Should we go talk to the mayor?
Well, what is our next actual goal?
Well, he just said that there's mushrooms growing everywhere,
Right.
so that's kind of gonna probably be our thing.
But like as a group, did we have an objective?
We finished it.
We were waiting for Sigma.
We've already talked about this, dude. Jetpack jousting.
Should we go talk to the mayor?
That's obvious.
Yeah, so as far as I remember,
You
while
sure
we
this
were
is
in
safe?
town, we were
No.
waiting for Sigma to come back, because we didn't know where he went.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So we don't know he's.
What's so fun in
Since we
that?
saved the town, do you think the mayor will give us anything?
And you
Pardon?
put
Do you think the
Jetpack
mayor will
on
reward
yourself?
us for saving the
or
town?
the joust.
Maybe, or maybe he'll
Fucking
fly ahead
hit
of us.
start. Both of us run behind something.
Kind of our job to rev these things.
Right,
For the save the day.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Think the mayor would reward us?
If I get rid of some of the mushrooms.
He might help tell us anything about that, but then also reward us for saving the town from 3 dragons.
So you guys long rested. This is the next day
Yeah.
after effectively what happened while you guys were attending to the city's needs.
Yeah.
You're here now.
Saw our guild, saw our churches.
All last session.
Yep.
So
Fuck some shit.
at this point,
Got some shit.
it is up to you. You were effectively released from your contracts. The Far Seas is your oyster.
Yeah.
I released.
You're very much employed and wouldn't want really released from this. I mean, you are doing quite well. With that said, you're not released from any contract. Obviously, you're back at. Actually, where are you doing all this? That is an excellent question. Would you have stuck around? Were you long resting at the pad?
We were in 3 trees. Sigma left and said he would be back. We don't know where he went, so we were just kind of going about doing our own things. I think we were serving in our respective temples.
Mhm.
And then we all met back at his house.
Yeah.
Crash at his house. That was
Yeah.
the very end.
That was the end.
Yep.
So
You drew us a lovely photo of Flat.
I did, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so go into. That's you. Clear as mud.
yeah, that one. Do you
But
want
no,
to go
seriously,
to the
this is
mayor?
why you stay-
Should we go to the mayor?
Let's see if we can get a reward.
Riley, you want to come?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, shiny things.
Want to ride up on my shoulders so we walk faster?
Sure, I'll play the drums.
Oh, yeah. So we make our way. Do you want to
That's
come?
professional use.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
Is that a temple duty?
We off to see the wizard, make our way down to the.
I'm gonna give everybody bardic inspiration.
Actually, that's not gonna work, but usually.
And then hit my little triangle to give myself a short rest to reset my Bardic Inspirations. Because when I leveled up,
This doesn't make
when I
me
get
a
a short
short
rest, my Bardic Inspirations reset.
This is role play.
Nice.
Rock star.
And you do that by playing your triangle?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh my
have a
God.
dragon onesie I'll wear next time.
Alright. So, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
I don't have it. I can't give it to myself. Can I? Bardic Inspiration.
Oh wait. Okay, where's the thing?
No, you cannot actually.
So, do you recall how you gave me that triangle of
Were
short
you-
rest?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So now that my latest level allows me to reset my Bardic Inspirations with short rests.
Very good.
So I can
And there you
like candy. I'm thinking
That's what you love, right? Warlocks have great answer.
Is he with us or is he in the air guard?
Excellent question, actually. Given you were hanging out with.
Did you play on Christmas?
Oh my goodness, you were hanging out with your character.
Yeah.
Right? You're along for the ride with your character, so he'd still be with you.
so,
We had to pull your weight last round.
Wait a minute, you're not even on the board. Sorry, I put you away.
so then you would have Bardic Inspirations. I'll give one to you when I see you, so I can give them all I can.
What is it, a D4, D6?
6.
You're an artificer, correct?
Yes.
Uranus?
Yeah.
Ah.
Uh,
Jordan finally looks up at me.
She's
It's
kind
just-
of a spider gal.
That is super effective,
Yeah.
actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Delilah.
You need some better than on your wrists, later.
No shit, man. I'm just.
What race?
Human. Great. They're the same way he is.
Right. So as I was saying, is you'd be with the group hanging out at the pad. Are you there, or would you head back to Sigma, or would you head out?
She was-
Actually,
she
no,
was
never mind.
with us.
Sigma told you he'd be back, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm here
So
with
the four of us are going down to the mayor's office.
All right. The four of you? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking along because it's not.
Fine, is he with us?
for
Fine.
duty.
Yeah, that'd be yeah.
Okay, you're with us too. Alright.
I mean, unless you were elsewhere, like I say, you don't have to stick around with the crew. But given all the state of everything, it would make sense if you were long resting with the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that in mind, gentlemen, a lot of you go to see the mayor here. It happens to still be the Coral Hearts in power, as a lot of you make
Coral
your way. Yes, indeed. I'm just okay. Seriously. Really?
If I'm not mistaken, they're lizard folk.
Sounds like either that or like merfolk.
Well, I'm remembering from we met them in campaign 1.
Mhm. Yeah, you ended up rescuing one of them, and it was bullywugs with lizards buried in. And
Gotcha.
if I could just find now, where did it here?
I just realized this is tossing point to a witcher.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, the Baroness Finna Coralheart, bullywug frogfolk. She has historically been against the Cormyrian sort of influence to the point of almost fanaticism, and is very public about it within and without Three Trees. As far as north and south, John Harris, considers her a bit of a pain in the ass as far as politics go. Everyone kind of knows that there's a rivalry there in terms of the swamp people and humanity, and of course the imperial rule that comes from Cormyr off in the distance. With that said, though, you guys head towards City Hall at this point, and approaching it upon, you guys can throw me persuasion to get past the front door here. What are you throwing at them, or do you want to try and intimidate them or something like that? I don't know. You tell me.
I got some.
I got 21.
Neither.
I'm good at it.
No matter what I
But
17
tap
plus
to
6.
land on, it ain't gonna work.
for what? What are we doing?
23 and 24 for persuasion over there.
15? You persuaded?
15 is off the guard, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you're intimidating. I will also try to persuade them.
Alright, sounds good.
I mean, I am a
You can't do
noble,
both?
so I can
I'm not looking.
authority as well.
I'm deciding whether I want to persuade or intimidate.
Although you are there, so how that goes, that's not
Yeah.
Mine, Jordan, mine's sitting on either a 1 or a 7. I'm like, it ain't gonna work either way.
I just rolled a 1.
As you guys enter in upon this place and speak to the door guards for a half moment, they look upon you all and listen to each of you. And one of them, a fisherman there, looks and says he's got whatever badges, clearly a higher up, and says, "Oh, obviously you are due to arrive. Look, Uncle Five speaking to Madame Coral Hot for quite some time. Hand on up." Which brings you to see inside, as you can almost hear the echoing voices with immediacy, as around the corner comes a stalwart-looking noble figure, dressed regally and bulbous in all the ways that a frog person would be, adorned by whatever attendees hanging around. What's the word? Entourage. Adorned by whatever entourage that are following and after her. And of course, amidst them, the tall, form figure of Sigma is hooded self, looking as regal and noble as you've never seen him before. In fact, dressed in proper attire as one would have for these sorts of functions, political functions. He's got the high collar and he's got the tie on there and whatnot like that.
He cuts a surprisingly nice figure.
As he looks down upon you, he whispers and points down, and you see the form figure of the woman, Coralheart, speaking to him as he gives a wave for you all to come in.
What language is he speaking?
He was speaking, Swamp speech, actually, proper, as Three Trees recognizes. Meanwhile, I want to mention that the camera cuts, and it shows, once again, you situated with the many facets of the systems in front of you, and I'd like you to make another wisdom or intelligence check, your call.
That'll be 13.
Sigma watches you, and I did say Sigma, watches you as you work diligently against the clock, as the test subject in front of you is waning away. And Sigma holds a pair of prods up against various points upon his body, as Pinocchio is watching various crystals and continues to hand various prongs, and various other attendees are running around, and they're like hooking up and unhooking various hoses from this guy, as you guys are diligently working to try and resurrect all of the dead. Because, damn it, we can't lose so much population without the forces. We won't be able to repel the Black Towers. We must recreate our forces by any means necessary. Pinocchio, see to this. And so it was, by Tycho's commands, that you guys are now conducting whatever works here. And sorry, what'd you roll?
It was 13.
Terrific stuff. Sigma's waning for some reason. His concentration isn't all 100% on the task at hand for some reason. And you're not quite sure what it is, but as he fails to put the prongs to the test subject, you're on the verge of losing him. As the shock only goes through one side, you can save it with your reactions, but you have to make yourself a quick let's call it dex save.
Sigma is...
He's not quite all there. He's not paying 100% attention. It's about to cost you your test subject.
I'm going to slap him across the face.
Are you going to save the test subject first? Or are you just going to go
Like he's
slap?
holding the implement, right? And it's supposed to be doing something?
You can save it.
I'll try, yeah.
Throw me a dex save. 14 or better.
Dex. Not very good. Shit, 1 second. Yeah, 12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. As you come upon and give him a slap to kind of get the prong into place, he jostles slightly, and the prong slips from his grasp and stabs into the test subject. The test subject does one of these real quick, and then begins to kind of immolate as if phaser fire has struck upon it, like Star Trek, just kind of starts to disintegrate from one side.
So get out of my lab. You're not helping me at all.
Sigma kind of blinks twice. I have many things to do. Don't question me. Pinocchio, control your whelp. And he looks over towards you. Vartox, mind your place. I cannot. And you can see he's sweating. And he's disturbed, and something is going on with him. You're not quite sure what it is. Maybe he's displacing himself while you need 100% of him.
Do I know the source of his reincarnation? Like, he kind of got a new body the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Right? He was like just a mass and just kind of sprouted out, became a man again, right?
Yeah, he grew out from jelly. Yeah,
Do I understand that process?
yeah, 100%.
Okay, well then, Dr. Mizram probably thinks that whatever process that is that brought him back is inferior to his studies that he is doing now. So he'd say, I repeat, get out of my lab. I don't want you in here.
So like you're like damn clone type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like all of these.
You're the clone.
Something
You're
about
the
the
clone.
methods that brought him back are inferior, and that's why they hired me, and he knows it.
I want to say passive insight's pretty high, but in the moment he doesn't care. He rolls a 2 on his insight, and he looks at you, kind of unblinking a moment, then does the comes to, like he's somewhere else as you're talking to him about it. And Pinocchio says, Sigma, what? You heard him. Go.
Thank you.
Do your work. You speak. What is this? Then you see as Pinocchio walks up aside Sigma, who's kind of in a daze, tall, spindly, and then Pinocchio comes in, thump, 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 half robot, half machine, half something the fuck else. As he walks in beside his brother, taking him by the shoulder, and you hear them muttering away as they walk out of the laboratory. Your assistants rush in anew and start taking the test subject off the board and getting a new one set up for you.
Probably before the old one goes out in frustration, he'd jam his scalpel in its chest and get this out of here.
You watch as a bunch of black kind of tarry ooze bursts out and just oozes away volcanically, realizing that the insides have started to already congeal with the reaction from the mycelium and yet another failure. So it is, the positive progress. Another test subject comes up, and you can make another check as your assistants come in beside you. The process begins anew.
Wizards don't have a lot of extra stuff they can do. That is a 19.
Terrific stuff. Without that blasted clone to bother you, things go swimmingly. And the camera pans against, once again, to show you guys, all doing what you might be doing, hanging around, as there's whatever conversations. You guys are inside the city hall proper, as it were. Come here. There you are. With that, Baroness Coralheart welcomes you in, and Finna, as she exclaims you may call her, states for a joking and jostling Sigma that she is quite impressed to see the first real steps towards balance brought about after all the promise from so long ago. To which Sigma says, these things take time after all. And as he looks around at all of the crew, he says, you may not know this, but in fact there was a bit of a, what's the word? Insurrection was the term that the Aris family put upon it. Baroness Coralheart says as she looks upon you guys. But what we know is, of course, the freedom of the small people is what we brought about. Thus the skill were only possible thanks to your efforts, and we thank your family for this. You, being here, all of you, are a piece of history in the making. Today, the birth of Shah Kumar has brought about the new balance, defending us from the worms that took this place so long ago. As they look upon you, anybody say anything? No. Sigma looks at you with a raised eyebrow and says, as any religion, of course, as any religion should be respected, yes? You have so many denominations in your midst, after all. And with that, Miss Coralheart looks around and says, no, but regardless. Rewards, I suppose, are in order. Yes, this is what you seek, is payment. Never settle a debt. And with that, she brings out a large chest, and opening it up, it reveals there's a smaller chest and a bunch of coinage situated in open trays that are stacked on one side. And the smaller chest is more square-like, whereas the first one is your traditional opulent-looking arrangement.
Square box inside of a trunk.
Like, quite literally. And so that comes out with a handle quite literally on the top. Thank you. And then the trays themselves are lifted out as a table is produced by several of Finna's assistants. 2 of the trays come out as the trunk is snapped shut. The box is opened up, and a whole bunch of gem rocks are produced and handed out. They've got basically like stacked up, like so, one after the next, nice and faceted, and they're handed out as such to each individual. From the whole of the bunch that they've got there, several of them go around.
Individual, he says.
This is what your eyes look like right now.
Take the table. We typically hand these in ceremony, but this particular circumstance would not do well with people's intervention, and this news that we created the Cisco would not do well. You'll note this is not to leave this room, my friends. Now then, how we Thigma, what is the next stage of your plan? These mushrooms, are they problematic? The peoples have not complained of anything as yet.
Sigma's with it?
And Sigma looks towards you all, and then looks back at Coralheart and says, "We are doing what is necessary to ensure the safety of everyone here. But there are some actions we will have to take in due course. It is a threat, that is sure. However, we have tactics, strategies, the know-how, and the wherewithal to carry them out, I assure you, Miss Coraline. I ask you, dear niece, have you said anything to Finna? Oh, I love these hors d'oeuvres." He walks over towards a tray and picks up a snack.
Sorry, I didn't.
He says to you, "Do you have anything to say to Finna?" And then he goes over and grabs himself a snack. And just
To Thinna, is Thinna Coral?
Finna Coralheart, the mayor of Three Trees.
Oh, her name is Finna.
How about some more work? Besides the mycelium problem.
Finna looks upon you and says, I don't know what sort of work you may want, but I am always looking for specialists."
I simply thank her for the chance to defend the realm and prove the worth of the Hearing Guardians. Not that it has to be proven, but, I'm happy to have all the same as is my duty.
Sigma gives a nod at this, and then looks back towards you all. And then,
I offer up a dragon scale and say, keep this as a memento. This was the scale of the great dragon.
Finn looks at you and takes this graciously. Thank you. Though I am not particularly dragonborn, you remind me of my once good friend.
What was his name?
Terrasol. Yeah. Terrasol. We'll go with that. You know what? Throw me history. Terrasol Plaza.
Can I roll
Choose
for
these.
history?
Well, you're not a dragonborn. He just happens to know dragonborns because all the dragonborns know all of them. I guess, sure. He was a competent sprinter amidst dragonborns
Never mind.
throughout the area, known for his prowess on the track and field. That said, though, you guys, like I said, are amidst Sigma and Finna Coralheart and her entourage in her office. Things are as they are. You guys are awarded each one of these gem rocks and receive a couple bits of coinage. And each of these coins is apparently a commemorative unit.
So, monetarily wise, how much should we put in our currency?
So you have a gem rock that's worth 500 gold, so you're told 50 platinum. And then the coins, you get basically 5 gold coins apiece. Each of them a commemorative image of a member of the Pantheon.
So maybe
Royal
these
wedding?
are collectibles, not.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
You want to spend these as the collectibles?
These are collectibles, yeah.
The coins?
and are said to have a slight resonance of the spirit of each of their patrons upon it. So one's like a coin of Crocoon, one's a coin of Papa Crocus, one's a coin of Mama Lily.
Do they give you an ability?
You're not sure.
Aura?
They tell you that there might be some sort of benefit to them. They're good luck.
How many coins do we get?
Considered good luck. You get 5 apiece.
5 coins, and they all have a different depiction.
Each of them depicts. Each of the 5 coins is Papa Crocus, Mama Lily's, Crocoon. Excuse me. Dembostra and Grand Sombra.
Sorry, what was the other 2?
Dembostra and Grand Sombra.
Grand Sombra?
Grand. Like
Grand
grandma. But just grand.
Grandma Sleep.
I think it's actually supposed to be in grand, but I'm not sure.
No, Sombra.
Oh, Sombra.
I think it actually means. Oh, wait, no.
Mama Lily's, Papa Crocus, Dumbostra, Grandma Sombra, and there's 5.
Dembostra. I think it's the last one.
Raccoon.
Little Mama, Mama Lila, Papa Croca, Dumbostra, Grand Sombra,
Crocoon. That's the crocodile god, the Smith creation.
Okay.
And war. Consumption.
Can I chuck the cocoon in a well and it'll come out? Make a wish?
I just work here, sir.
Make a wish foundation?
I just work here.
I have faith.
It looks beautiful.
Raccoon.
But you were told that to hold on to it is to benefit from that god's luck. And there's tale that some have had the ability to call them in various fashions. When you ask Finn this, she gives a smile and says, perhaps.
I need a Bahamut coin.
With that all said, the whole moment passes after, without too much more event. Sigma thanks you guys cordially. Thanks Finna cordially for the rewards, stating it's not necessary but appreciated, and reassures her that the Irengardens will do what they can to see the mycelium threat, if it is a threat, put to bed. Anything that anybody want to add? Camera pans against the scene as Finna looks upon you and says, while I appreciate that you may have whatever doings with the while I appreciate you all may have whatever doings with the Irengardens, I am always on the lookout for a specialist. So please, if you are interested in seeking some laborers, we may have something. The city may have something.
What do you have in mind?
Might have something that you could do for us. Eventually looks over towards Sigma and says, we would sponsor efforts towards the mycelium, of course, if you wish to exclusively devote their time towards it. They've proven capable thus far.
I mean, it's
What tasks do you have in mind?
kind of important that we get rid of myself, so.
She nods towards Sigma in this, and Sigma says, it's up to them, really. If they wish to continue their employment with their Cotton family, they have proven capable so far. But I cannot speak for them. I mean, I could, but we're not into that right now.
What task?
As it stands, we'll have to infect this thing. We'll have to infect me with some sort of something. I'm not really sure. That's more Pinocchio's territory. I just know this is not something I can deal with on my own.
Should we head to him?
Yes, we'll have to return to the city. Hopefully it's not burned to the ground, torn apart by a mushroom, or otherwise gone. My brothers are alive, and we should be fine.
Coral, do you have a mage in your presence that can transport us there? To Erengard?
Finna looks upon you guys with her big bulbous eyes, gives a couple blinks, and gives a nod over towards one of her assistants. The assistant kind of looks over towards you, licks his eyeball, and then says, "Grab this way." Leading you out through the hallway, you guys come upon a a mage's laboratory proper, just adjacent to the meeting halls, where they have, you can see a whole bunch of like surveillance rooms and whatnot etched into the ceilings. And you see like they've got a lever to the one side that as you enter in upon, they look over towards you and they say, they kind of give you one of these, and you think somebody says something, but you can't really hear anything. But anyhow, as you enter in upon this place, I want to say that you come to a bit of a platform. There's a stairwell that's got like a gate across it. And this whole lab's just kind of an inset thing. And this is in the, if you remember City Hall, it's kind of in those Three Trees towers, right? But in any event, this thing's just adjacent, super opulent looking lab. It's all inset and whatnot, stairs going down, and they give you one of these as you're entering upon, and they throw a lever, and you watch as the trim of the whole place kind of slides, and a bunch of glyphs are hidden, and a bunch of glyphs are shown, and you guys watch like a shimmer dies down around where these guys are situated, and the one looks over, a lizard fellow, and says, "What is it you are after?" As you guys are heading down the stairs, of course, led by Sigma there as and Finn as assistant, who takes you into a bit of a dais at the center of the place. The whole kind of lab is a squarish sort of shape with balconies and whatnot at various levels. But as you guys head down to the ground floor of this place, like just a simple stairway away, there's a dais that sits, as a little cylindrical platform, and upon that is, or rather adjacent to that is, I should say, a lectern, like a book rest, where somebody can rest a book and do invitations and stuff. And then on the other side of that is like a sort of totem-looking pillar. You guys are taken out of the dais, and Sigma looks over towards Finna. As Finna gives a nod towards a couple of the others in the room, and they set to work. And Sigma says, "They're going to send us back quickly now." And so with that, the assistants start setting upon the controls on the one side of the totem. You watch as they actually start rotating pieces and taking the pieces out and readjusting them, and you start to recognize the sort of obelisk totem structure as you watch them adjusting the puzzle pieces of it to make up a new circuit. And as this happens, the one gives a thumbs up, and the other gives a thumbs up, and you hear a, "Whoa, let her rip!" And as it does, you watch as the one fellow is suddenly immolated, electrocuted. The whole of the totem circuit explodes, sending shrapnel in all directions, and into the deck safe from everybody on the dais. 14 or better. A giant mushroom sprouts out of the hole where the explosion takes place. I suppose I should throw one. Oh, shitty.
24.
Sweet. Sigma's doing terrible too.
9.
At
Alright,
20.
Cool. Yeah, so we just try.
Sigma's there.
14 or better.
He's there as well.
Sigma is in both places, yes. So,
Just Nathan.
Everybody gets
Yeah.
plus
Sorry.
2 to their crit to their roll.
Got it.
If you're within 10 feet of me, which we are.
Sweet. 6.
most of the shrapnel
15.
seems vaporized in the explosion as
Wait, this is a DC. I have to use my.
Oh, sorry, 14 or better.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this.
And you get a
Sure.
plus 2.
You get
because-
plus 2.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 11.
Kidding, that will be. Sorry, 6, 9, 10, 12. 12 points of damage, or half as much if you made the save. Most of the shrapnel burns up, as the one fellow, unfortunately, he only had 3 hit points. So it goes for NPCs. But he's dead, immolated, totally vaporized.
12?
Yes, sir. Okay. Or half as much if you succeed. With that said, the camera pans against the scene as you guys watch the mushrooms sprout out, and then a moment later, kind of just dies off.
Did I fuck that up? Did it die? Oh, it went into sleep mode?
I don't know what happened, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
well,
back.
Back. Oh, no, it's gone.
Yep, it's back.
Okay, weird. Sure. That said, over here. This one. Hold it down.
That's
As the smoldering wreckage of the totem sits there with the mushroom that grows out of it, and then a moment later rots and falls apart. A couple of the mushrooms like grow out of where that one was, and then those immediately grow large, but not too much larger than the first one before rotting off. And then more seeds start to spread out. But then, just a second later, the last ones that start to come out are smaller again and begin to sizzle again. And as this happens, Sigma gives a nod at this and says, "Wow, it's nice to see Aaron Garden still standing." He looks around at the rest of you. Looks like my brothers are still alive and somebody's still working. That's a good thing.
We're in the palace.
Yeah, look, hey.
We're in the palace.
Yeah, you guys are in the, like I said, the mage laboratory, as I was describing. No, you're not in the palace. You guys are currently situated in the city of Three Trees still.
Oh, we didn't.
Standing on the dais, having just covered from all the shrapnel. Some of you are like dusting yourselves off, got a couple cuts and bruises, right? But otherwise, standing on this dais, as Sigma looks over towards where that smoldering wreckage of the pyramid that obelisk was, the giblets of the assistants splayed all across the wall behind. A scorch mark remains, a crater, and from that crater came out one mushroom, followed by several others after their spores hit the radiated point, and then several more until finally there was no more radiation and they all died. And as Sigma stares at it all, he says to you, just as I said, I'll take that as a sign. My brothers are still alive and everyone's still working away as it ought to be. The Aaron spirits at work. Your tax dollars at play? He says as he walks over towards the wreckage and says, "Well, we're gonna need another ride, aren't we?" And he looks over towards Finna, and Finna is kind of gawking at him. Well, this is different. He says, "I'm sorry, Finna. Of course. We'll find our own way back. Not to worry. I appreciate this. Dearly and sincerely. We'll see to everything in due course. Dear." As he makes a beck in the room. "Come, my friends. Let us go toast and celebrate and then solve the problem." He makes his way towards the stairs. Finna looks over towards him, kind of side-eyed, although it's all side-eyed. Actually, Stepfish, it's from. So, like I was saying, she kind of side-eyes him, licks her own other eyeball, as she does so. "I'll see you when you succeed, Sigma. Always a pleasure."
What are
She
magic?
kind of bows wordlessly, as decorum demands, and she just follows Sigma.
That's fine. That's all right.
Would the magic carpets that we rode to town still be on that street? We rode here yesterday on magic carpet.
Possibly?
We
Someone
could
would
check.
have taken them.
It's true. Things are everywhere.
I'm in carpet shaft.
As you're situated
Well, yeah,
in
with my
the,
flying metal horse or something.
Trick is, you just lay it on the ground and leave. It just looks like a regular carpet.
As you're
Never
situated
suspect.
here in this place, looking around from City Hall, being that the offices take you quite a ways up, you're situated about the 4th floor up. You've got a decent enough view over Three Trees sprawling away. But what catches, I'm going to say, who's got a passive perception of 14 or better? Or actually, we'll make it 13 or better on this.
I have 15.
I have 12.
Okay? Yep. 12 or better will do. The point is, you guys see out the window there, the silhouette form of a caravan hovering nearby as it's apparently looking for parking.
How big?
Fairly large. Looks like a rather noble-looking caravan of flying carpets and with tents upon them.
Wish I
And
knew.
it's in a holding pattern around and suddenly glides in for a landing.
I wish I knew Cheshire as well as you guys.
Point being,
Yeah.
It's gonna wise man like this. We borrowed those carpets and they didn't come back.
Sigma looks out the window and will actually say, that's not a bad idea. I wonder if they're taking passengers.
Let us go sleep.
Yes, let's. You take the lead. I'm going to think about things a little bit. And you watch as he rolls his eyes up into his head and they kind of whiten out. And then they come back and they're still white. And he's oddly enough, in a weird daze.
Is his consciousness able to be in two places entirely, or is he stretched there? Do we understand him?
I just work here, sir. What's your passive insight?
15.
Hey, it looks like he's not all there. Looks like he's not 100% here.
Somebody hold his hand and let's walk to the carts.
I don't need a hand hold. I'm fine.
Tie his shoelaces together.
I'm getting half heroin junkie here.
But now, Joe, what on earth are you doing? Throwing me out of the laboratory? I'm as good as anybody to work through this. Just because I'm not all there doesn't mean I can't work. As you hear the voice echoing away down the hall, you see the silhouette growing as the massive shadow claws against the light, blocking it out with the massive form of Sigma's spindly self strutting into the laboratory, looking around against the assistants who immediately are starting to cower slightly, and the whole of your workflow is suddenly interrupted. I'm going to need you to dex save as you try your best to keep on the test subject. God damn it, Sigma! It's fucking close.
11.
Your blade slips slightly. You hit a cardioid. He's losing blood fast. Your assistant runs in to give you advantage on a medical check.
Same, exact
You
same
don't have
roll.
proficiency in that.
You watch as a hose pops out, and you're just standing there. The assistant goes and grabs it and plugs it back in. As you look at the assistant, I'm sorry, son. And he goes over towards the window to throw himself out in.
As he should.
You guys watch as the camera like casually pans away as that guy's like, ah!
It's like on Braveheart when the king throws the guy out the window.
My background is cloistered scholar. It gives me access to libraries. I feel like I'm missing something about these mushrooms. I need to know. I need to go.
Wise of you. So with that
Research your great Laura Mario.
so what is it that you're going to do at this point then? Are you going to?
Is there a library of Iron Garden?
I mean, going there is probably beneath you. You have assistants for that sort of thing. But you can go and do it. 'Cause sometimes you have to do something yourself.
Everyone around here is so incompetent.
You kill them.
That's right. Fucking clones running in, ruining your work, tossing tests at the
Wagger.
right?
Your family has a history of killing people.
And he's pretty mad. And they're just bringing in like person who's infected after person who's infected.
There's plenty. There's lots. The mycelium is working as fast as you are.
Well, I'll straighten out my long, fancy cloak that's patched out of different colors of skin.
A bunch of spores like burst off of the thing as you're standing there with your rebreather on. One of your assistant comes over to give you some news and inhales the spores, starts transforming and falls over in a seizure.
Next subject.
Literally, some of your assistants pick them up and carry them over, put them up on the platter, as it were.
The fresher the better.
Well, there's something with this crystal pill that seems to have some sort of effect.
It's true, yeah.
If I
You
can
gotta
keep the
stabilize.
subject alive, but I just can't.
So at this point, what you're doing is you're working through various infusions. So you know all those canisters we were describing, all the various Dushin, magic, and elemental sort of influences and shit that you guys digest down, and you guys are busily taking like magical entities and literally digesting them down into a sauce, and then you throw that sauce into like a mixture with something else, and hey, check it out, it's a giant growth or fire resistance or whatever the fuck, right? And then this, yeah, exactly, or Chipotle.
With a
ranch
hint
or
of
something, you know.
maybe like ancient rites and like dark magic thrown in.
There's a lot of that, but these days, it's modernized, so there's incantations and whatnot, but that's usually foundational.
Yeah.
So
what I want to look into at this library, if there is one that I would have.
Throw it, yeah.
I
There's
want to
like
go look
4.
into it myself. I want to just look into giant fungal growth or
That's fair.
uncontrollable giant fungal growth.
So you can throw me investigation while there's a montage. Very much like Get Smart, that shows you like walk down all the various halls, turning right like way too many times, And then eventually you get to a stairwell, and then there's another stairwell, and it's always like a different looking stairwell that looks like a completely different castle. But eventually you get to a door, and that door is completely wild or totally simple in some fashion. But you go like through 19 of these doors. They're all wildly different. There's one that opens this way, rotates open. One that looks like a cat's eye. One that looks like a giant mouth opens out.
I actually probably want to say I think I have a private library as well.
Yeah,
That's
this is
one
the
of-
way to your private library.
It's one of my bonds is that I have a large collection of books that lay out my studies.
So this is actually just getting through the first stage, and the second stage, and the third stage of library security. But eventually you get to your private library.
I mentioned that being as paranoid as I am about someone stealing my work and that kind of stuff, there's a series of traps in my private chambers when I go into them that I
Naturally.
disarm them all and then kind of set the one on the back of the door.
Shift the sconce. Your sex swing mimic.
That's for personal use, actually.
It's been defanged.
So yeah, looking into any.
What did you roll for investigation?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even actually do it. Investigation's damage, right?
Mhm.
I'm not used to the app.
Push back. If you go to that, just click it right there.
So
Thank you.
Nothing.
17.
17. Very good. Very nice. It takes a moment, or maybe about 10 minutes or so. But before long, you crack. Before long, after you cracked open the
It's
book,
like
you have an epiphanical moment, much similar to in Lord of the Rings, where Gandalf is in the place and he like looks up at the camera, and then 6 months have passed. But in any event,
My brain needs to.
you look through and realize where your calculations have been wrong this whole time. You can hang on to the book, Mushrooms for Dummies, if you want.
Okay, yeah.
It's written by actually Pinocchio and you. The forward is by Sigma. And it says, "Brother, I can't believe you published this before me. Fuck you."
By me?
And that's, no, it's forward by Sigma, but you have some notes in here, yes. Well, actually, I mean, you ghosted it, let's be honest.
Okay.
In any event, you remember doing some of this research before, and you can't believe that it totally escaped you. But long and the short, your calculations were just a little bit out. Nothing too terrible. You can fix this. However, you're going to need something special, and this particular goop that you guys have on tap is situated in storage. However, not on site. This is going back to one of your outposts. You don't remember which? No, now you do. There it is, because you have passive.
Tie.
Yeah,
Passive, like
I
19.
remember now. Never mind. Yeah, your passive investigation.
I have the perceptive feat.
So as we were, you absolutely remember where this is. Now, if only you had a crew.
Well, and once it occurs to Dr. Mizram that it was just a simple calculation error that's causing my research to fail so miserably, I immediately realized that my entire staff must be inferior.
No, it's not just that. You're lacking a specific material as well. That's what I was saying.
Ah, I see.
Yes, you have to go get this goop from storage. It's not on site, unfortunately. It is a particularly potent form of, what's the word I'm looking for? Emulsified elemental. These particular mixes, it's all 4 elementals mixed down into one drum, which is, needless to say, extremely concentrated. This particular stuff you'll only take a drop of it to mix up a whole batch. But that sort of magical conductivity is what you're lacking. You don't have that conductivity. That's the whole miscalculation as you carry the decimal over. And I mean, at this point, it's clear to you that the inferiority of the staff is.
I just needed a little more science salt.
That's right. It's true.
Yeah, a little bit of science
just a little more
salt.
science salt.
So kind of like, aha. So yeah, I gotta go get something from storage.
Yes.
Um,
Specially
that-
concentrated, all
that's-
4 elements.
That
elementals.
is beneath Dr. Mizram. He would certainly send someone else to do that.
High security outpost, and knowing the Genesis might have problems, especially because of the mushroom network, you're not sure who you would trust with that. Who could you trust with that? Certainly nobody here. Nobody. The insight hits you. There's only some outsourced help that you can think of in the last while so capable as to trust with something like this. And you'd have to go yourself, you figure.
Maybe a
You wouldn't want to just trust them, you'd have to lead them
for sure.
Show them how it's done.
Probably like a drow connection, underdark connection to my house of
It
Misery.
would take too long to get a message to them, and even if you could get through their defenses, that is to say, to get a message to them in some way, would they give you anything? That's a tough call. It's a tough call. Maybe they want to take advantage of your weakness and find themselves a foothold in the surface. That's a tough risk.
I know. Okay, yeah. Find someone to help me.
Also, just a question. Back at Mental Brandon, are you second or third boy? I assume you're not first boy.
Much later than that.
Spare
And-
parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of a mighty house. And when I say house, it's like lots of people.
Fair enough.
Not just family.
Yeah. Well, no, I just mean like normally in draft society they only allow unlimited female babies. Each family may only have 2 males. Thank you. Any males born after second boy are killed in sacrifice to Maul.
Okay.
My
Well,
phone's
then
kind
in
of
that
fucked
case, I
upstairs.
guess
Can you grab a microwave this
Okay.
one? Thanks.
I was gonna check your like estranged.
Kinda. Yeah.
Good
I'll
work,
go.
dude. All unwrapped them.
Sorry, that was
Nice
fucked.
catch. Well done, sir.
And it occurs to me
Good
that
hands for a bird.
That would probably, that's probably cool.
Thanks, Riley.
Sorry?
this group would come to mind because of our previous interactions.
Most likely.
We've done some group stuff.
They actually survived. I mean, right there, they've proven more capable than most. They survived. It's a small percentile of fated individuals.
Yeah.
So he's with Sigma right now? Or a form of Sigma?
Aren't we all with Sigma somehow, somewhere?
Can his form of Sigma contact the other form of Sigma?
You just weren't sure.
It's not outside of the like. There's sending stones and these kinds of things. Maybe with my access to the more high-end facilities at Iron Garden, I might have access to some.
Or ask Sigma if he knows the group?
What brand of like
Yes.
seeing stones do we have? Do
We
we have
might.
like ice stone?
He might. You
You guys have Aaron Garden sending stuff. You guys have a pair, or you guys have a quartet actually. You guys have a
I
quartet.
like them. Misery,
Right
I
now.
like them.
I think
Yeah.
they only work like walkie-talkies. So.
Well, that's the thing about sending stones. You can find them in sets, like walkie-talkies, literally.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I could be mistaken. I thought you could find them in 2, 4, 6, and 8. Quite literally.
You must be able to, because in D&D they like the whole group had one, and then
Yeah,
at one
that's
point they like gave feedback to each other.
Yeah.
Microphones.
Although D&D movie is its own homebrew as well, so let's fix that.
Yeah, whoever got the.
And damn right it's shit.
Gotta be.
That's right.
Pull out your ice stone. We'll make a call.
Tycho.
I have an ice
What a
stone.
Tycho. See if you could summon his
That might be an idea.
his cleric daughter.
That sounds like a great plan.
Correct, your cleric.
Yeah.
She's assisted me in the past, and she seems
I was
acceptable
actually
level of competence.
thinking
The music
about
seems
that.
somewhat on point, but we'll go over there.
I
We
almost
use
wonder if I could roll some kind of like a medicine check to basically up the divine or the radiant damage that's being done, but almost like because magic is a visual. Well, it's visual, right? It's through the mind's eye. When you can imagine it, that's its balance basically.
Feel it.
So what if she was able to focus radiant damage through the patient, but focus on it like going and spreading through them, but kind of like warping around their own cells, like around their red blood cells, and only absorbing the actual mycelium spores in their body, and like a molecular level.
Who's the scientist?
She's religious.
So tell me again in summary, what are we doing here?
I want to see if I can, because I have proficiency in medicine. Sorry, my brain is going too fast
Okay.
for my mouth.
It's mushy.
Yeah, so we need to up the radiant damage being done without actually hurting the patient themselves. So I'm wondering if she can lay her hands on them directly using healing magic, but imbuing it with radiant energy.
Right, yeah.
But because magic is visual, so it's what you can imagine,
Yeah, sure.
if she visualizes it as spreading through them, like through their veins and everything on a molecular level, but the light flows around the actual patient's cells, like their blood cells, and it only absorbs and therefore destroys the mycelium itself without damaging the host.
So, what you're talking about, you know that you guys can do.
Like, if that makes sense.
It does.
You can
And,
also think of
you
it
guys,
as like an essence, like the mushrooms are.
Yeah.
an essence.
So,
Right.
long and the short, Pinocchio invented something to administer this so that you could actually elementally charge your healings for much this purpose. And you're currently working much with the same sort of apparatus, just a little more delicate than the standard first aid equipment that you guys have hanging around. And this is basically a hand spike that you use to stab into the victim. And what you're finding is that typically if you use, that's right, you use what's called the shocker, as it might be. This hand spike allows intravenous delivery of elemental magics. That is to say, you can thrust that magic in and give it a nice little charge, as long as you're capable of that. Now, here's the thing. Are you capable of elemental magic of some sort? You can do
I can
radiant
cast
magic.
radiant
That's what you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so fair enough. And I will go with that.
And she speaks celestial.
But the problem, of course, is that you aren't home with this equipment handy. And as you think to yourself, oh, you know what? If I had one of these, I could do this.
Can we get like a item of transportation, like in Diablo Scroll back to town? Can we set that up as if we're not a mage that has it? Is there
Like a waypoint?
Yeah, so I mean, there's recalling, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we set up a recall in
Can we
his
do it
house?
to my house?
And then also set up.
basically just like draw a chalk thing on a wall, open it up, and it goes into my house.
I'll do you one better, actually. If
Can I find a magic key that'll open up a door that leads me into any door?
I mean, it's his place, but in effect, you're given a flyer on your first day moving in
But the
that
door guy,
says, "Hey,
the door guy, the grizzly.
oh yeah,
Not the old
actually."
door guy.
So long and the short, the parchment simply says on it, Iadids, when you need to get home fast. And it shows a door, and it shows the customer, and it shows between them a set of arrows pointing at both sides, right? And then underneath it says, for the low price of 50 platinum, you too can have the Orb of Travel and avoid traffic, avoid time, it says in italics. And it says, Iadids, downtown Three Trees.
We should go invest in Iadids.
Yeah.
Iadids that. It's like a real fake Doors ad, only way better.
Yeah, you might say, yeah. So with that said, you can trade in your gem and say that's what you did to get yourself one official Iadids Recall Stone. Done. And the Iadids Recall Stone goes to the official Iadids Recall Altar, which they show you is this giant kind of 10-foot apparatus that you can DIY easily enough. Here's the 47-page instructions. So long and the short, if you can throw me to DIY this motherfucker, you gotta put it together. 47 intelligence now.
They're all in Swedish.
From my
It's a funkin' groovin'
I
apparatus.
think I got it.
Alright, so
Doctor.
just throw me, we're gonna call it an insight check if you don't want to follow instructions, or a investigation check if you do.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this for myself. I'm
You
gonna
may
be
throw
like,
this at advantage. If you're helping, he has an advantage. Simple as
it's
that.
not gonna be easy. I need help.
Throw an advantage.
What do you gotta roll?
You don't even have to inspect. You're just helping.
Insight?
Hmm?
Or what?
Insight or investigate. Your choice.
I'll do investigate.
Okay. You follow the instructions. 47 steps later,
That'll be a 10. You said advantage?
you have advantage.
That's worse.
Do you still have a pumpkin?
Nope.
Oh, you spent a pumpkin. Oh, no.
What's your plus?
Can I grab the instruction from him and try to build it?
Can
I roll the insight?
You know what?
When did you
Yes.
spend
Can I try?
I mean, he's there too, so he can try.
Did you spend it before or after I left? With
14.
14? You correct the rights. Or sorry, you right the wrongs that have been committed. Before long though, you guys have yourself what you think to say is the apparatus, the receiver, as it says in the instructions.
It's like Stargate.
Yeah, no, that's That's correct. And anyway, after a moment of reviewing everything, you only have this many spare parts. That's looking okay. Small bin, no big deal.
Okay.
And you've got the recall orb. Do you try it? Want to give it a go?
I would.
Who gives it a go?
This guy
Should we
would.
double check it with
Feed it to the goat.
another person's insight, just to be safe?
Well, that's the big question now.
You don't fucking trust me?
Just to be safe.
I built this shit right.
I got
You
seven.
give it a
I got
review?
se- I got
Are you
seven.
gonna give it the one silver or what?
Do I have advantage as well?
He's gonna once over it.
You do not have advantage to give it the
17.
You give it the one silver though, all the same, and from what you can see, everything looks like the pictures. They need some more pictures, clearly. 47 steps later, you think to yourself, but they've been pretty good about it.
Yeah, but how much hardware were we missing?
Looks like a bunch of nuts and bolts and whatnot that hold framework together, but all the arms are up, and basically it looks like
A little globe thing or a door on the wall?
looks like
Oh,
looks like that.
A jar.
Sort of, except arms are coming off like this, and you step onto the pad here.
Being the Scotty style?
Yeah, you got it.
I like it.
Full teleportation kind of, except
Everybody
This
get
is-
the
Yes,
two.
Daddy.
as I said, it's a 10-foot radius, so easily fits 4, 5-ish. 6 is pushing at people, but
This is
that's
like a
it.
10-foot radius.
Put too many people in there, you get a Cronenberg.
This is a 10-foot radius, yeah, technically. Well, actually, 14-foot radius. If you really get under the people and everything. But the table is 6 feet across, so that's 6 foot diameter.
Yeah.
And,
doesn't work as well.
no, my math's off. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, 6 foot diameter is over.
Big, good two. Let's go.
But
You ready?
where are we? Is long and the short, you are heading over towards the main center area. It shows you kind of getting to a point where an assistant gives you a quick levitation spell and picks you up and puts you over onto another platform as you're making your way up towards Tycho's place. As the camera kind of pans close to your face and shows like the reflections of the acolytes who are either cowering away or doing the thing. It pans slowly backwards from you, and it shows like you tiny, and eventually, you tiny, like all the massive space of this place has been ripped apart. There's shafts of light coming in from overhead as the whole of the place has been torn asunder. Bits of spores and whatnot are drifting down as you guys watch automatons in the scene are like crawling across the various structure, just sapping and eating spores and mushrooms as various machinery is working its way along. And when I say machinery, I mean biological horrors as we watch these like basically, yeah, Cronenberg-esque, like a head on spider legs as it's like walking along, and it's got like a metallic jaws. It's lawn mowing massive swaths of mushrooms
Some
and
weird
shitting out,
Cronenberg wagon.
chewed up. Oh, thoroughly, yeah. There's like, if you imagine doubled over bodies, there's a bunch of them that are just like crawling along, pulling. Hey,
Pinky.
yeah, thoroughly, and it's pulling like a massive hanging sack across the ceiling.
Big
Working
Cronenberg
its way
leg down
over
certain
and-
head.
With access to so many corpses before I go off into the, I'm not here.
You want one?
Definitely gonna use my new animate dead spell and make a couple skeletons.
Okay, you do so. Should
I
you?
think it's 2.
There are.
With 3.
Well, it's just one. Tomorrow.
There. You can pick
I can
yours.
do another one tomorrow.
Yeah, they last 8 hours.
I think
Are
I
you
just thought of
asking?
a better way to
I think
explain
they last
waste.
24
It's
hours.
24, yeah.
like
Yeah.
foundation,
You can
solid.
re-up it every
Yeah.
24
What is-
hours. And then when you're at higher level, you can re-up it over more
What's
creatures.
that? That's right.
It's like hard degree, man. How could I not? It's like core.
Each spell slot above 3.
I was re-explaining based. It's like
Wow.
if something's foundational, like it's another way to say solid, basically.
You kids.
Sorry, very delayed processing today.
Maybe she's one.
Maybe it's Maybe it's burnout. Maybe it's all.
Wizards have nothing to do with their bonus action, so that's part of why I chose this spell as well, because I can command these guys with my bonus action. Normally I have nothing I can do.
Good option.
Your bonus action, almost like a boneless action, but you have all That's a 13 funny.
This guy's cool. He looks like a good subordinate.
He looks like he was fighting.
That's like a work skeleton, I think.
A big face.
I have models that go along with that guy. They're all flayed and ripped up looking. I'm good on this. You want more?
I had to go to church for like the first time in like 13 years, Christmas Eve.
Why?
Grandma?
Music got you.
Thing?
Music got you into
that's
it.
about the only thing that could make me do it anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, so where is you come upon the elevator, and it quickly speeds you up to the top as you come towards the thing and give a quick mage hand upon. Coming up towards the top of the place is your newly generated skeleton. Sits there gauntly staring out at nothing and everything at the same time. It's empty sockets. They don't speak or have anything to say at all.
No, I don't
Zero.
think so.
Very good. With that, you don't know if you recognize this particular test subject. Maybe once upon a time, you're not sure where the body came from. There's one of the many littered around. A few mushrooms sit burned off of the skin and whatnot, but otherwise the skeletal form is like protruding through the desiccated body.
Yeah.
As you come to the top, the elevator opens up. The doors to the one side, and you're revealed to yon chamber. And with that, you can see inside, of course, Tycho, who looks over towards you. And welcoming you, you see attendants in the shadows, kind of standing stoically, not moving, dark hoods over their cells as they look upon, just kind of all of them children of the corn style, looking towards where you're entering upon. And as your skeleton enters into the chamber,
I would command it with my bonus action to just lay face down on the ground. Move the walk into the room.
it does so, entering it upon and giving like a bow or lays down.
No, just lays down, totally like face down.
Okay, fair enough.
Like in like kind of submissive way, you know. Like,
That's fair.
I'm unsure. Me, the player, I'm unsure if the Temple, the Castle of Iron Garden would really like necromancy. It's kind of shunned in a lot of places.
Oh no, that's right up our alley.
It's a twisted place.
I assumed that.
Sorry, have you been paying attention?
I know.
Not to be rude here, I was just wondering.
Maybe that's his. Well, he just learned how to do anime.
I mean, I understand in other words that your character has some trepidations, does he? As he comes to the top of this place.
And also just get it out of the way.
How so?
You know, like it's not worthy of joining any discussions or anything. It's just.
I'm still not following. Like, what's your character thinking? What's he going through this? What's the emotions then?
Like he just wants to command it and
Yeah.
not have to think about what it's doing. Just go lay on the floor, face down.
Oh, I get you. Okay, my apologies. All right, I was overthinking that then. All right, that's sad. Sorry, throwing these down. Box over in the corner and right.
Where's your mini? Where's your mini?
Well, she was over there. Where'd she go?
Hey, you weren't back yet.
I
You're
was
still with the other.
Sigma.
Yeah, you were with Sigma back in Three Trees.
Multiple
Yeah,
forms.
but
Yeah, but where did
where's
you put
Alessandra?
me?
Oh, just got him over here.
Oh.
And Benoji and Sigma are not there at the moment. But Benoji and Sigma are down in your lab and doing what they may do as brothers. Meanwhile, as you enter upon, Sorry. You guys remember him? As you enter upon the royal chambers, of course, there's a massive fire raging, and if you remember, there's stained glass yonder and scintillating light coming in. And as Tycho comes walking over from the crystal cluster, observing upon the kingdom that is slowly cleansed, when he walks, he's very stoic. Moreover, he doesn't even really bob. He more floats over the floor, but he comes in towards you and simply says, "You have done well, Doctor. I have to admit. I attest Sigma had his doubts and Pinocchio had his misgivings, but you have proven Pashalov's expert follow-up as such a true resource, useful as any. I bid you thanks, a great deal of thanks. You are cleansing the castle as my brother would have." And he comes up close towards you. As he does, you see like various silhouettes left behind, like kind of frames of his movement, just held in space for a brief second before they dissipate like smoke. He comes in towards and he a second later misty steps in next to you, but then a moment later is back where he was, and you kind of think that he's right next to you, but he's not. As I was saying, though, he puts a hand on your shoulder for the brief second, as that brief second like strikes you. It seems like last almost an hour for a brief moment, right? Where he's holding your shoulder and just staring into your eyes with a smile, like a Mona Lisa style smile.
Yeah.
But that memory is now imprinted in your head and only happened for a brief second. But moreover, he's back like about 6 feet away from you as he's now walking away and says, "Enter, please. I understand you're coming to me with a new... Yes. Tell me more then."
I think I want to Misty Step over behind him, and then either that or gaseous form. Probably gaseous form. Get over there, and then go back to my normal form and say in an unimpressed way, like, "I have tricks too."
Okay.
I'm looking for some help.
Your guy's really insecure.
Yeah, he is. Drow. He's fucking.
No, that's right. He gives a smirk.
I got tricks too. Just
I
let
was
us
going
know
to say,
where.
you do that, and Tycho doesn't say anything, but he gives a smirk. And as you say that,
He has a sense of being invaluable to these people, kind of.
and that's fair, and he says, "But you truly are the reflection of Pasha." And he has a somber moment, and he watches it like cries a single tear of blood. And then he looks over towards you and says, "So you need assistance? We can do this. My one capable daughter should return on the morrow, I assume. I feel her. And my brother. Everywhere." And he kind of rolls his eyes at this. "How are things in the laboratory?"
It seems we've had a breakthrough.
Indeed. And I appreciate that. I have seen on the clutch. Your breakthroughs, they are many for the bodies that you spend, and I appreciate that efficiency. Now then, this help that you seek shall be here shortly, or you can perhaps go to meet them. I have no eyes in Three Trees, but I do know that that is where they are at this time.
Well, I suppose I will wait.
Very well. Your experiments and works. They are not stymied by my brothers, I should hope. Pashalo is always so specific.
Okay. Back to the lab, I suppose.
As you make your way away, he says, "Good doctor, is there another reason for your presence? What is it you truly see?" You are valued, you know, and he comes in towards you. As he does, he misty steps like several times to cover the distance from the other side, and appears like as four of himself around you. As you could throw me a wisdom save at this.
Wisdom's just +1. No, it's +2, so 14.
Terrific stuff, actually.
Actually, sorry, it's 19.
Oh, even way better, yeah. As you're pretty sure, it goes from you're pretty sure to you're absolutely 100% sure, and kind of blink away the most of the illusion, allowing yourself to see through it as he appears as himself, and then kind of mutates each of the figures into each of his brothers as well as himself, and then steps in to say, "You are family, Doctor. Thank you for your service. Ironclaw would have fallen without you, and Parshala before."
It is of my opinion as well that perhaps we've been leaning a little bit too much on the Radiant side of things, and
I agree.
perhaps as I brought this skeleton in demonstration, perhaps we can work the more darker magics into
I have
our
no doubt
work.
in your abilities. He thrusts forward a hand, and you can see there's something in his clutches as he offers it towards you. And as you take his hand and give it a quick shake, you feel something solid, and you come away with a ring in your palm. But you see several whorls around it, depicting flames on a silver band, black flames on a silver band. And he says, "Wear this, and you will immolate anything that stands within your grasp. But more to the point, take this." And he, like a gunslinger, kind of pulls out a big iron key, and it spins in his hand as he clutches it suddenly and holds it forward. And he's already looking away like some sort of anime tuxedo mask-ish sort of character. Does he? Yeah, exactly. But as he holds it, like so, take this.
What's this?
As you take the key from him, he says, "The quartermaster will allow you to the vault that key fits into. When your help arrives, be sure to disperse what you find there."
I delight in being granted access to places.
Well, look at this. And he looks over towards the clutch once again, as you look towards the various silhouettes of himself. And he's right next to you right now, but a moment later the silhouettes disappear, as does his form next to you, and all you see is him way over there again, next to the clutch of crystals, as he does one of these fancy sort of, gestures towards it to depict that something is going on. Do you move in to take a look?
Sure, yeah, I'm interested.
As you close the
We don't wanna
distance
tie the
apart,
radiant
there's
in.
many different crystals, all of them, all these various sconches depicting all sorts of things. And there's all sorts of goings on, there's much activity as people are fighting the infection on various levels, and you see all of the places where your work has shown to be fruitful, and all the places where the work must continue. But that said, you have a high enough investigation and insight that you ascertain the field views, the contrast perspective to everything else, where there's so much chaos, but the field views depicting the horizon from the castle in all directions, most of them are fairly empty. But as you stare upon them for a moment, it becomes clear one of them has some sort of movement on it. And as you're looking upon it, you realize he's insinuating they're on the way. And from there, the camera cuts to show Sigma paying passage, and there's like a cash register sound, and then there's a bit of a clink of glasses, and it follows into the sounds of the Pink Floyd's Money. As it rolls through there, and it shows you guys aboard a caravan, a carpet caravan with tents all around. And
Did we build that doorway?
hey? Oh yeah, you guys finished that already. That was
So is that we can get home to that?
Yeah, you have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
that's-
thought we could use this play.
You have one of those ready to go. He's traded in his 500. But that said, you guys are aboard the caravan at this point. A Sigma paid passage and said, "Wow, that's the fastest way home. It'll do. They'll be there when? A few hours, Effendi. Take your positions. Be comfortable. Check the tea house or some of the other houses. Depending on your tastes, we have it all here. By all means. The Drago family welcomes you." And with that, you are in the silent night. Despite the heat of the far seas, the setting sun quickly affords you a cold breeze as you speed along through the sky. Little do you know that you are being watched from a distance by Ironclaw's eyes. But that aside, the night approaches fairly quickly. You still have about 3 hours of travel. No, hang on, it's 2 hours of travel. coming in from 3 trees.
Yeah.
Did I say 2 or 3 before? I think
3 works.
it was 3 hours. Yeah, pretty sure. No, it's 4 hours vertically. It's 2 hours to the midpoint here, basically. It gets even faster than that. But you know what? It's a caravan, so 3 hours. That's what it is. It's a bit of a milk run. We have to make a stop over at the few villages. Drovers, you know, they have good product. Handmade things like you would not believe. You need an armor, they have what you need. I tell you. In fact, you come, you see. With that said, though, you guys are flying overhead of the Far Sea swamps, making your way towards your destination, ultimately, so you're told. But in the meantime, you end up with the music, you know, Pink Floyd's playing.
I love Pink Floyd.
Point is, you guys are stopping over in some backwater towns and villages. And when I say it's a milk run, like, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. First off,
Bears are popping.
First off, anybody who doesn't have, let's see here. Actually, we won't go that route. Long and short, you guys are up and down out of different villages and towns. These are like swamp backwater places that have all sorts of handmade stuff. Like the guy was saying, good stuff, bad stuff, maybe who's to say, but if you guys are interested, just stating. As you guys have like probably, I don't know.
Because it's a big shop and everything like that, right?
The caravan is, and then every time you guys are stopping somewhere, people are being let on and off. But more to the point, you see cargo coming on and off too. And then a lot of this cargo gets split off, you watch, as some of it goes into retail in the various tents around it. And some of it's funky, like they have leather woven sorts of armors and such that these guys are making that have metal and metal links woven in with leather to be a little better than studded and provides you a little more mobility. So these guys, they walk around on all fours and shit, a lot of them, so they need to be ready to take on things that might have big teeth, and this is how they do it.
Can I keep an eye out for a headband of intellect if I'm paying attention to magical items moving around?
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, you know what? Throw me an investigation on this. A lot of you have about 3-4 hours, so give me your best real quick if there's anything you want to do.
Maybe find something to enchant or imbue my armor with, like,
I think I'd be interested
20,
in
math.
finding a magic ring.
Alright, throw me an investigation. And
I can infuse
19.
your armor. You don't even look at your friends anymore. You're just like, I'm gonna pay some other guy.
You can?
you
I
find
can-
an enchanter
I
fellow
can infuse.
who is willing
You're like
to
magic left.
part with an extra
Let me check which infusions I have.
hat that has a headband of intellect, so to speak, on the inside.
Does it fit my
Let me just double check.
draconian look?
Hang on a sec. Let me check
Just
something.
nestled between my horns? Kind of like a fedora?
Does it do that if I close that window?
Paladin?
Oh yeah, Kirk, would you mind closing the
Close the
window
window.
there?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Part of my tootsies.
I
Totally.
think I would like to look for a ring of mind shielding, please.
I hear what you said.
Hey Jordan, just
A ring
scroll
of
through
mind
these.
shielding.
Just pay attention to the level
It's
though,
uncommon.
because some of them I don't get till later levels.
Well, 14th level. Jeepers.
I approach the hat.
Would that
But I-
be
Investigation, if you could. And yeah, that's fine. The guy wants 50 platinum for it.
50 platinum.
Yeah, oddly enough, eh?
Is that what this gem is worth?
Funny that.
I suppose one gem worth 500 gold. 10 gold.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Pleasure doing business. That'll be a headband of like for this. Put it on, give 19, not bad. Take it off, that's a 19. Alright.
So you're at level 6 right now?
I believe so.
Sorry?
15.
15, and this was, yeah. You know
It's
what?
an uncommon.
You find upon one of the pawn shop guys actually has exactly a little gold band with a purple-looking brain molded into it. But as you stare upon it, and a couple of the other ones, there's one that's a gold band with a purple-looking eye, and then one that's a purple-looking foot, and then one that's like purple-looking hand. But yeah, that brain one's really important.
Oh, we can just put the whole person back together.
I mean, honestly.
Well, the
Collect
brain
all
one,
5. Anyhow.
if you die while you're
Summon
wearing it, it
including.
stores your soul.
Sorry?
I said the brain one, if you die while wearing it, it will store your soul. and you can still communicate telepathically.
Oh, that's true.
I figure for her family, that's like right up their alley.
The fellow looks over the collection of stuff and he says, "Yeah, you want the brain one? Let me talk to the expert." And he has a quick chat with himself there. He watches. What do you think?
Yeah,
And
please.
then he finally says, "Oh, that's the rock you got there. That'll probably do it."
Can I roll persuasion to kind of chatter him down?
I like that rock. That rock's really nice. What's that rock
I
worth?
keep saying it's a big
Okay.
It's only two. This is only worth 2 gold. I got more in my bag.
Can you do multiple things on it on one?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
Down the line, I can't put more.
Oh, your blessing?
Yeah.
He's like, I like the rock. I said, 19 plus bonus. I'll take the rock. It's 500 gold. It's, 55. This really sounds good.
Deal.
Done. With that said, hey,
Hey.
I was thinking fire resistance.
who saw that guy? Who saw that guy? Come on, come on.
Repulsion shield.
Hey, yeah. What do you have? Anything?
I spent.
Well,
all
you
my
let me know
last
which one,
sessions on the
and I'll hook you up.
You
Yeah.
got a chat.
Well, which one?
Thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
Just think about how good you
One
just
gets
did with that session there where you were just asking.
Here's
Here's your check.
Okay, it's fine. We've been
Yeah.
hit by lightning a couple times too.
Oh yeah, no,
Is
I
that-
trained him
We've
up
been hit by
for
lightning a
fire.
couple times too.
Like, we use fire to just take out the seal.
Keep in mind you gotta be attuned to that thing.
Yeah. So I have to do a long rest with it before it.
Sure.
Probably some healing potions. I don't have any of those left for a bunch.
My AC is 16, so maybe I should
I got 2 left.
Resistance.
How many investigation?
My AC is only 16.
16 is pretty good.
17 plus.
Well, I'm roughly 15.
Yeah. If I had gotten that repulsion shield, it'd be 7 plus.
3. 20.
20?
20, yeah.
What do you think? Should I get plus 1 AC or resistance?
Oh, this is
Fire.
a physical. This is a physical shield.
Oh, yeah. So I technically could do
So
both
you
things.
find there's a fellow. He's got
Huh?
three,
Yeah, so you'd have to hold the shield. Oh, I guess you
three
could have
of
like a
the
little buckler.
superior ones
Mhm.
at
Little arm
50%
strap,
discount. He says they're going to go bad soon,
You
so
want
either
shield?
you drink them or they expire. Best before.
Oh well,
And,
I'll have them soon enough.
I'm
I'm
using
sure.
my other.
He also
using
says he's
slots.
got,
I got an extra one. though.
one other potion
That's fair.
that
The
he's
more I
gonna
level
let
up, the
go
more
for,
slots I get. So eventually, I can
sorry,
make
what
more
are the
shit.
stages? Those are superiors, the ones you're picking up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
repulsion shield.
And then
resistance.
he's got a top
Oh,
tier
fire
healing potion
resistance
that'll let go
armor?
for
Yeah,
50 gold.
And then you want fire, right?
Superior times 3.
Cool.
At 50% the book cost.
Which is what?
Oh, actually, that's like 250 apiece. So that's 125 apiece.
Question.
Mhm.
Does this ring already house a soul? Or is it empty?
That's a good question. Oh my god. You know what? That is ampersand or 20.
Ampersand.
What is ampersand? You tell me.
Can it be like a genie, like a good soul? Can it give you wishes?
Is it occupied? Do you find the ring occupied?
All right.
By someone very
Make
entertaining
a
with
note in like
actual
either your notes or whatever about you just now have your armor is now infused
Not a
with fire resistance, or it will be after
Yeah,
I.
but not a dick.
What are you doing? What's going on?
Right,
What's that?
Yeah.
You hear a voice
Is it
echoing
short rest or
into
is
your
it-
mind from inside the
I mean,
ring
that's an,
as you hold it in your
about 3 hours.
grasp and stare down into it.
Yeah.
You, I'm talking to you. Come on, hey. Come on, say something. The living guy in the dark, come on. I've been around in a while. You want nobody to talk to me. Come on.
I'm
Where
gonna
you
get
at?
rid of the soul. Oh my god.
You sound like the dude from
Star Wars? Watto or something? No, thank you.
no.
The Jewish store guy?
Come
on,
Oh, the one who owned Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying elephant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
the slave that Qui-Gon.
What do you
could
think I
buy.
should get, like, in regards to resistance? I know, like, you can't really tell me, but, like, what do you think I should get? Like, resistance to fire, or?
You know what?
That's
I always,
an
you know
open
what I would
question.
always look. Nobody ever looks for
Fire?
a portable hole, eh?
You just
I
recently
do.
had an incident.
No, everyone goes for a big
Yeah.
hole
That
thing.
probably
But a
fucking
portable
scared
hole
you.
is a
Might be a little bit
thing.
scared of fire.
What's that?
Yeah.
We want to have
Oh, I know.
resistance.
300-year-old elf
That's what
jester.
we're fighting my sailor with right now. Too.
Yeah. With
So, yeah,
King Gian.
Yeah, that's what I was. This is totally, hey, come on, talk to me. Totally adjust over here. Look at me, hey, oh. If I had legs, I'd be doing a dance, just a dance. That's what I'm doing. Come on, yeah, don't laugh at me. Come on, it was real. It wasn't real. I had a body once. I had a body.
I'm a real boy.
I tell you. You can find my body, huh? What do you say? I had a lot of nice shit. Maybe you find my body. And then I can do the dance. I can be all your justice and shit. Come on.
I'd be okay with it if he's secretly a genius like
Right.
Rick,
What do you want for that?
like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, totally.
Chris
Genius.
High
Yeah, 1 + 1 and shit.
Friendship.
No, I
You don't
know
need
about
any
that.
kind of
You get
materials?
advantage when rolling proposals.
Huh?
I don't need materials to do infusions.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope
He
actually.
helps me
Short
with
rest?
puzzles and shit. Excellent. Okay.
I think so.
That would be actually
Pull out my triangle.
getting advantage on.
Both of us
That's
just
it.
fucking, you
Trying to
know.
attempt this puzzle.
And my drums is
Oh,
mostly
good.
triangle is sharp.
That's 20.
Come on, you gotta find my stuff. Come on. My kids, they just have some closure. They never had the closure. You gotta find my body. Come on. I didn't deserve to be in here. This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
How did you get in here?
I was just wearing it, and so I think somebody shot me, like an arrow or something. I think I felt something like a headache. I don't know. Might have been someone cocking me over the head. I was just like minding my own business. I was walking down the street. I was, it was a while ago. I think it was around here. Where are we at? Where are we?
Dude trapped in a ring on a flying carpet town. Just never knows where he is. He's in like purgatory.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but the ring had to be somewhere.
A riverbed.
I mean, I was minding my own business. I was just, doing some trade. I was just working away down in the sands, doing some thing down in the sands, Kalimshan and whatnot, yeah. This is honest day's work. That's what I was doing. All the honest work. Anyhow,
Can
with that,
everybody hear him or just her?
just the person wearing it. With that all said, anything
Yeah,
you
she
can
sounds
do.
crazy.
Oh, I'm taking
She's
this
starting to look like a
time
crazy
to
person.
infuse his armor with
Probably.
fire resistance.
Okay, that's fine.
So, in the notes, I just have occupied by the soul of an elfin jester helps on rolls to figure out puzzles and riddles.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be advantage or?
What's your favorite food?
Yeah.
Birdseed?
I was actually thinking of what would a
Yeah,
crow
sure,
eat.
lady, sure. We'll go
McDonald's French
we'll
fries.
say advantage, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Well, you're gonna have to ask me. I don't know. What are we talking about?
You ever go by?
You have a
fast food
ring
place
with a
that just
spirit in it. You don't have a ring of advantage on puzzles, okay? I know what you guys want, but no. Like, he's a dude trapped in a ring. I mean, the ring is what it is. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to die. That's what the ring said.
He's a pretty smart old goofy guy.
Well, you can choose to move on to the afterlife or stay in the room.
Correct.
We were talking healing potions.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, so superiors, they're 125 apiece right now.
Okay, and what do they heal?
I believe whatever a superior goes for. I
I
think
can
it's
look it up.
4. I think it's 4d4 plus 4. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I thought that was a greater.
That might be a greater. In which case, they're graders.
I'll look at that. Oh, that's great. I will take the 3
Terrific.
for 375. And did you
Sounds
say he
good.
had something else?
Uh,
You said he had
yeah,
something else.
he
What
had
was the
another
something else?
potion. Whatever the top tier potion is, I don't know what the top tier potion is. That's what my question was there. But he has one of those that's going to expire in the next 2 days, and he can have it for 50 gold.
Okay.
Not even
We gotta
hurt.
blow it out.
Not even hurt. Just fuck it.
What would that be? Dungeon Master Guide? Top tier potions?
It's right in the item. If you go health potion, it's going to be one of the many that shows up.
Yeah.
Healing. Not
Healing.
This
potion,
app
I
is
was
very
talking
specific
about.
about what you need to
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
No fuzzy search. Well, it's not
Supreme.
atrocious.
Supreme potion.
There you go. He's got one supreme.
10d4 plus
There you
20.
go.
Holy
You have to use it
fuck.
in the next
Wow.
2 days, otherwise it expires. And then it's at half efficacy every day until it's worth nothing.
10d4 plus what?
20.
Plus 20.
That's
He
pretty
wants
wild.
50 gold.
What's the
He's blown it
superior
up.
player there? Can you see what a superior does, if you don't mind?
Superior is 8d4 plus 8.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, it was greater than this 4.
Yeah, 4d4 plus 4.
Okay,
Yeah,
is that
the
what we
greater
got?
ones are the ones.
Okay,
As long as we're going
Graders are
44.
44.
Some fries.
Can you get him what?
Some fries.
Yeah.
There's an underpass.
Yeah. Some fries or some flies?
Fries.
Oh,
You know
okay.
birds like fries?
Fries. Fair enough. Yeah. Cut up potato and whatnot.
Yeah.
Sure. You get him actually a medley. There's a place called Robin's that you happen upon that
Then you can go
serves
bask in.
all sorts of bird folk and fish folk and whatnot that they intermingle. But you end up bringing him a medley that's about yay.
I'm not even gonna dump it on the ground for him.
I like their
It's
competition.
just me.
Robin
Magpies.
in baskets.
Just fucking.
That's your medley.
There. Done.
Put your bird mask on. Eat it.
Music's on point.
Bird mask. Get it. Bird mask. Get it.
Oh my god, is he gonna... You don't have to.
Yes, he does.
Everyone takes 50 experience.
Oh yeah.
Just side eyes. Nobody's watching.
Oh yeah.
Every so often, yeah, he's just snacking away on this. Yeah, but there's your medley.
That's a lot to have in front of me.
I'm just imagining it's like a KFC box you picked up.
Just grimy.
Yeah, just dripping with all sorts of like leafy bleedings.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know it's good stuff. There's like worms all crawling through it, flies buzzing around. Anyhow,
Even better.
that's something.
Yeah.
That's the medley, baby.
There you go.
As we were, welcome
I
to
did that for you.
I did that for you.
That's sets you back all of 5 silver. Call 5 silver. I think you're supposed to feed a family of 3. Would be a family of 4, but they keep eating the youngest.
Survival of the fittest.
You know, that's what it is. Welcome to the swamps, motherfucker. Grow or die. Eat or be eaten.
Literally.
That was the secret level thing. Fantastic series if you haven't watched through that.
Oh, Pac-Man.
Yeah, that was great. Eat or be eaten.
You must be hungry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sterling stuff. Loved it.
That one.
Very-
That's the
very
only one
cool.
that fucked me up. Like I was just
Plot
like,
twist.
this ain't the
Whoa.
Pac-Man I remember.
The ghosts I didn't like the ghosts. Everything else was damn good. But the ghost was like,
Not how they're like gorillas.
yeah. Anyway, where were we here? So you guys are doing whatever you're doing. As you're situated upon this caravan, making your way from point A to the point B. Anything else to declare before we move on?
Just refresh it. That should be done.
Nope, she's gonna spend the rest of the trip attuning to the new ring.
As you return to your laboratory, there's shouting orders that are echoing around, and you can hear Binochio chuckling amidst it, and you hear strange scuttling noises. It sounds like the grinding of, you want to say metal and ceramics? It's hard to explain. But as it echoes throughout the entirety of this place, this dark, large, epic scale fortress that is yawning in space all around you. You walk into your laboratory, the massive, tall, arched doorway, with yourself ever so small in the scene, entering it upon, and the camera just pulls even further back to show the expanse of the whole, with all your attendees watching as Sigma is clapping. Excellent! Yes! Look at it! The test subjects are going, and you have many of the acolytes working away there, as they ought to be. But as you see the test grounds, there's like a pit to the one side amidst all the laboratory where you kind of, you test things, of course. And in this particular case, as you see this strange sort of skeletal metal apparatus that looks like a sort of exoskeleton with a singular test subject, an acolyte, inside as they're dodging the limbs as they're moving this thing around. And a moment later, you can like grab a bunch of large crates and such and move them around in the large ceremonial urns. They like the exoskeletons from Aliens, literally moving about a bunch of different stuffs. And Sigma's clapping at this. First try, Binochio. Well done. It's good to be back. As you watch upon this and see, there's a bunch of these exoskeletons that several of your acolytes are currently assembling. Pashua's people are busily breaking down like some of the corpses and then restructuring the skeletal remains.
Bones?
Yeah,
So
literally.
it's like a mech suit but made out of bones.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
super cool.
And musculature and whatnot like that.
Love that. That's,
And metallics and whatnot to kind of shield. Like it's just a giant reassembling of. It's just a reassembling, but out your closet, huh? Just a brilliant reassembling is what it is. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. As Pinocchio. We have reassigned some of the acolytes for the purposes of defending the city against any sort of incursion. With the lack of bodies and the renewal, you understand, some recycling is required. I apologize for the interlude. He tightens the other side this time.
Point to the skeletons. As you can see, I've been doing some recycling myself recently. Hope you don't mind.
He opens up his shoulders to vent his pleasure at the sight of this as he grows red in the face. It is excellent to see this progress. Show me more. What else do we have then? What ideas do you have towards this?
I don't know.
What did Tycho have to say?
He said that we could, as you're demonstrating, use the darker side of the magics in this place to further our works. This seems to be definitely a stride in that direction.
He gives a nod over towards Sigma. Sigma will not be honest, of course. But how it is here. And so he kind of twerks a little bit as he short circuits against something. And he says, we have signals coming. There is much ado with this network. There is much to concern ourselves with. There's mutations. Have you been psyched? You have not. You have been busy. None of us have anxiety. Only Tycho. Tycho had nothing to report, though. He's calculating as he goes through it all in front of you. And you watch the gears in his head. As if there's you can see some exposed gears, I should say, at the back of his skull. As one kind of flips over, it's like an abacus almost adding up. As you hear But a moment later, you hear the cash register ding. As he says, very soon, we may find ourselves attacked again. Be ready. This nightmare is not over. You understand? As he steps away.
And I don't understand. Tell me more. How do you know that the nightmare is not almost? What's going on?
Because Sigma, Migma, will not be outdone. He is far. And he kind of turns his head 180 for a moment and then turns it back. Will not be outdone. He must always win. And as he laughs, the jaw kind of bounces on springs, it's just let loose. He's not controlling it, he just lets it go. But at this, he, like I say, it steams again as he vents some more. And his shoulders close as he steps back and kind of turns. And then turns away and starts walking off towards Sigma. As you watch a speech box open up at the back of his neck. And he says, you are valued, good doctor. You are most capable. As the camera kind of pans against you and
I probably installed that vent that he's speaking out of.
Yeah.
Potentially, that's mine. That's kind of my craft.
Well, I mean, you watched it. You were in the theater as you watched some acolytes. That one passed. You had that one executed. The other two did that remote.
It's great to finally have my work be appreciated.
The camera pans against your vision as it shows the reflection of Pinocchio stepping away.
Can I get one of them?
And as the camera pans against this and crossfades through the dark, it shows the lot of you slowly disembarking from the caravan, now in Irrengarten.
Let's make our way to the palace.
I have this big key
Mm-hmm.
and this new ring that I probably would. The key is to the vault.
The key, you were told, you could take to the quartermaster, who would dutifully open the vault specifically to aid you and your impending help. And as you're shown, like, walking along the massive struts, the bridges across the various columns that make up the fortress, we can see the caravan come in for a landing against the docks, and the camera kind of like from there shows you look down and acknowledge that it looks like they have arrived. And as the camera crossfades from there, and it shows the caravan landing, there's massive bridges that are like, or there's like a whole bunch of slaves that are crawling across each other and creating a bridge. In any event, that's the VIP bridge. But as that does also stretch across, and they're singing this song while they do it, I'll have you know. The service in this place is just amazing.
Just someone on the bow. Just
and someone's just tugging his nuts. Anyhow, Cassie, wow. Welcome to Iron Garden, says the guy at the what's the word for it? The boatswain, as he's situated at the dockside, and as he looks upon the lot of you, I'm assuming you're headed off then. I'll bid to Shun your farewells, and I bid you farewell. This place is a strange one, and it looks, as he points over towards the silhouette of a dark elf strutting along with a bit of an entourage of it, and of course you have yeah.
As we were flying over, did we notice in the jungle like any sort of like army or disturbance or like last time we flew into the city?
Excellent question. I want to make a point that it was delightfully peaceful. The first time in
too peaceful.
Yeah, exactly. And as you guys are making your way, I even want to say that there's a moment where that same boatswain, riding at the edge of the carpet caravan, would have said just that. Would have said, "You hear that?" And he would have said, "What?" And he would have said, "Exactly. Nothing." With that. Yeah, like off in the distance. Hank thinks he's operatic, but he's just terrible. Anyhow, arriving upon, you guys disembark. Welcome to the city once again. The place looks almost as if you had never left it, at least right here. The moment that you break past the dock's gates, you enter in upon the main lobby, or the foyer as it's known, which is of course that massively torn apart area, which was once the central point of the city. Oh yeah, the window's closed, that's why I was unclear. I was wondering about that. Now you're, the fan's still going, yeah? Okay. That said,
You wanted to.
the whole of the place is still torn apart. It's expansive. It's massive. There's gaps that are through the floors, and they've made makeshift bridges or are levitating the VIPs around the place, much as you saw before. But this time around, as you guys come upon, you've set up just a portal from one side to the next. As you guys come in, and more to the point, as you close the distance upon seeing everyone there, you guys see a drow and his entourage, and you recognize Hachilo's air quotes replacement. And what you also recognize is, as you're coming in, it shows on your chest, you've got a pair of bands crisscrossing. Whatever you're wearing, you'd have these probably under like robes and such. And they're potion and reagent bandoliers.
My little, I've got that written down from last session.
Right, so these ones are new ones gifted you that were, there's a quick montage where Pinocchio at the lab says, Hachielo would have wanted you to have this. So it has double the storage, simply put, in terms of reagents and potions.
Okay.
Also scrolls. You can now hold scrolls in it as well. So it has like the potion spots can double as like a scroll case as well.
Like single-use scrolls, that kind of stuff.
Single use or a map or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Up to 5th level, we'll say, because it's like however many pages to a scroll.
Could also keep a level 2 squirrel.
Yes, 100%.
Googly eyes boo, come in handy in any kind of
Totally.
a little
Right
lock
there.
thing, get through the door moment.
I'm very surprised to see such a pious looking dragonborn strut into this place with gleaming armor. He seems
So
Too shiny.
yeah.
7'6".
Too shiny.
And also, Mizram has a personal interest in Dragon's Breath ability and how that can be manipulated in his works. So he's quite ostensibly, he's happy to meet
Aaron is not the sort of place that King shames, so as a result, freedom be. But yeah, so with that said, you sight upon a pious dragonborn that is very out of place and yet not, given the lizardly forms that make up many of the citizens. However, dragons, draconics, not typical. Cormyr maybe, not here in the expanse. They don't last long unless they've got a purpose. And that's what this one probably has. That said though, the whole of this place, I mean, we see like from a long shot, there's like a bridge and the caravan, and you guys and you and your entourage, and they're going to get hot dogs or falafel for all of you, on your orders, of course.
Do I
Point
on my
being-
shoulders?
Hey,
Are you on my shoulders?
Sure.
yeah,
Sounds
master
good.
blasting it again. Cool. On his head or on your drums?
What do you prefer?
You're on my shoulders. Can you jump?
I mean, you might use his head as like percussion.
It's like
Well, do you have,
nestled
like-
on my neck.
Do you have spikes on your head? Because they could just be nestling the bongos and they're just.
Yeah.
I don't have bongos. I just have one drum.
Okay, well, it could be sitting in there.
It's about this big.
So,
I
just picture you kind of like.
we kind of discussed
My wings
previously
are
that
there
I'm
too, so
pretty
you're
well
like just
paid
there
for my
with my wings
services
behind
here.
Mhm.
So I'm
It's just like propped
thinking
up.
I basically, especially upon
Put
seeing
your
such a
your
noble
voice.
looking,
Yeah.
strong looking dragonborn, I'm like wanting to offer to like run together on
Yeah.
my pay,
uh,
but I don't know what amount I can offer.
so not only while you're in Nuremberg,
So you introduce yourself.
you guys have
Yeah.
the resources of the family at your disposal.
Dr. Mizram,
So,
my statues in the square.
More or less, sky's the limit within reason. I mean, nobody wants.
Blank check, baby.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Just-
nobody wants you giving away a blank check.
It's
okay.
not a blank check. I'm just saying like an offer,
But
like
you
a
have
salary to be my assistants in the field. I'll say.
I mean,
Kind of
right
salary.
there. I just work here, so you targets are right there.
I mean,
Let's,
are you
let's,
already
let's talk
hired?
numbers here, alright?
Let's see. I don't know the extent of my.
Oh, thousands at your
Yeah.
disposal, but
I'll double dip.
has to be justified.
Okay, well let's say
But who will you
like
prioritize
I'm not
first?
looking to make anyone else rich other than myself.
No,
So
no,
like
what?
5 gold a day, something like
We
that.
walk
I'm
out of
talking
the
shit about it.
room. We're done here.
You can be generous. Like I'll tell you straight up. Like you can go
But
extreme in
maybe
some cases if it's like
maybe
for a specific
inside.
purpose.
Well, okay,
I was
100
already
gold a
triple
day.
dipping because
Yeah.
I was already like
Yeah.
prepared.
Is
100
that
gold a
within
day?
reason?
Everyone's in
For the
everyone else's
bread,
pocket.
baby.
right? For the group.
So 100 gold a
Everyone's
day,
got
and then how
everyone's
much as
hands in
a
their back
completion
pocket.
bonus?
We don't
No
know
specific
some iron to
tasks.
that place.
Just found myself
Maybe
surrounded
it could
by
have been my
people
order.
that I found to be incompetent. And I need more more unique
No, you were
skill
hired by
sets
Croman.
Oh yeah, who's Chrome?
for my
Croman works
endeavors here in
for
this
the other
strange place.
Okay.
the Migma.
Midnight?
Yeah, Croman works for
What do you think,
Migma.
Scars?
who's our own.
Who's the white face?
I've traveled with
We're
Yeah,
negotiating
Migma
pay
is
right
the
now.
other Sigma who ended up
I've traveled with
being
Alessandra
That guy hired us?
and the goblin with the drum here before.
He,
I want to mention,
he
um,
is the boss.
depending
of
on your
Croman.
character,
Croman hired
you know that
for
as you
Migma.
look around,
And she hired you.
And
this place is
who's the my secret?
back to
Migma.
normal.
It's another
And last
copy
you
of Sigma.
checked,
Yeah, but how
The
did
Black
anybody
Circle
worship or
base
have any-
was wiped out.
No, he's in the Mycelium network. He's the one who is.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I know,
the
I know.
Black
You
Face?
said Big Man hired.
No, we're in your garden right now.
Okay, right.
How does Big
And so that got wiped out.
Yeah.
I don't want to say your guy would probably think to himself, no,
No, he's
You
a
know,
sorcerer.
there's an opportunity.
So he can speak
I'll
to
just
a
start
lot
your home
of
base.
them, and Migma can also take over
Start
certain
that, we need
bodies,
funds.
Yeah.
and speak
Yeah,
through
right.
them.
like
I deal directly with
Tycho?
Tycho
Mhm.
The guy.
regularly.
Is the Black Circle
Like whatever
Is it
affected
kind of like a
body.
secret thing?
there
Am I
is, you
open
can
to talk
take
about
over.
it? Like,
It's an open secret.
it's an open secret.
Everybody knows
That's
about
how
Okay, well.
Schmagma can.
It's like the Yakuza.
That was
Okay.
my
Well then,
Okay,
I'm
we
just
can do
gonna
that.
say because we're bartering on
Because he's
helping
one
them
of
right now.
us.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
That's
that
who was invading.
my second of the
I didn't
Black
realize
Circle
it. Okay.
is the
So
White Belt.
that was your.
And I'm a captain of this group.
I have
Okay,
now
cool.
taken
I'll
you
show
over.
my credentials.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
have you?
And I'll say maybe we can compromise by you help us start up a new
You don't know me.
home base here.
I don't know you.
And that can be part of the payment.
Do I know the Black Circle?
You know,
History
you
check?
can roll history, yeah. You can roll an advantage given it's in Aaron Garden business.
Ooh, that's my best.
Not a best.
Plus 7. So 14 total.
It's just enough that yes, you're aware of the undercrawlings of this city. There are many things happening, many organizations, and this particular refuge floats on top.
And you two are both part of it.
I am. I'm captain of it.
They have their uses. They keep things in check in the undercrawls.
These are exactly the skills that I speak of. These are the kinds of things I'm looking for. People who can do jobs that others don't.
Yes, of course.
And again, directly coming down from Tycho most times.
What kind of she with us right now?
Yeah, we're all together.
You are all.
Now we're all together.
Now, does she react when he says Tycho?
I've met her before.
Oh yeah, okay.
Alice Hadley,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's your name?
Yep.
Character's name?
Yeah, we've technically fought
Okay.
together before.
So Tycho already knows us then.
And so I just
Shouldn't be a
confirm you
problem.
don't want to do the whole radiant damage boost thing.
If you want to
Yeah,
open the
but
window
just
slightly,
When
Do you
Dooley
find
was
yourself
explaining
lightheaded?
the
Are you alright?
pills
Yeah.
that I got,
Stretching.
he mentioned
All
that
lightheaded?
radiant magic
No?
that was being
Okay.
applied
Just
to the
check.
substance
fair.
to make
Got that
it.
look about you.
I'm thinking of using it.
It's a good stretch.
Perhaps
Yeah.
we could experiment with using necrotic damage instead.
Okay.
Alright. 100 gold a day. Plus, he'll distribute funds to help rebuild the Black Circle.
Rebuild what? Black Circle. Got 100 gold each.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are all gonna basically end up being part of Black Circle if you help decide doing this.
What is
What is the Black Circle?
It's the underworld organization that
Thieves
he's part of.
Guild. Right.
like a thieves guild crime thing?
Yeah.
Well,
What's
it's a
crime
little
like?
more than a thieves guild because they deal in a little more dirty work than thieves guild.
yeah.
I'm like a righteous paladin.
It's the Undervalley.
I'm into
You
it.
might want
I
to turn it around.
probably have directly hired the Black Circle before to deal with inferiors
You probably
in
have.
my line of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like
yeah,
you're
I'm
saying,
all
they
for
get
it.
things done.
I mean, I'm part of the fan club. I didn't know you guys were having trouble.
Well,
Glad to help.
the spore problem wiped out our base.
Yeah, these spores are quite the mystery.
So funding for Black Circle at 100 gold a day.
Between you and me, I think Tycho and all these Iron Gardens, they know much more about these spores than they're letting on.
Well,
You hear like a little bit of Pashalo's wisdom echoing about how animals love to feed, and if you have the right feed for them, you can attract all sorts of animals. And more to the point, if you have the right sort of feed, you can always train an animal very quickly. That said, you think to yourself about what this could mean and how you could possibly work this to your advantage, because it would mean a new level of control for this Black Circle here in Carton.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of work have you got coming your way? What do you need help with?
well, right now we just need to set up a new base, get it reestablished, get the infrastructure down. We are also just kind of working on my mycelium problem.
Yeah. Well, it seems that that's a common problem for you and I. Who specifically within your organization is there anyone working on solutions?
Me.
You, yeah.
We could also ask the church if they have any insight.
That's true.
Is there a lot
except Aaron Garden doesn't have much for a church in Ironclaw proper. The city expanse, I want to say, would probably have some churches in it. Nothing of Bahamut specifically. I'm just saying they'd have multi-denominational establishments. Like, hey, you want to pray over there? We might have your holy symbol. Yeah, here you go.
Would there be a house of like?
There's like a brick attached to the end. Don't steal the holy cross. Like a coat hanger or something.
The holy coat hanger?
No, like you give me a holy cross or whatever holy symbol, but it's got like a brick on it so nobody steals it.
Or a spatula on a chain like at a gas station.
There's a holy symbol, for fuck's sake. Don't steal it.
It's gold.
I mean, shit, Anyhow, as you were there, there would be multi-denominational places in town that you can go to.
I wouldn't find like a Friar Tuck kind of place of ours.
That's literally what you would find.
Yeah.
It's like, it would be a Friar Tuck sort of place. But it's
But
not necessarily
just-
Bahamut. It's
I wouldn't
oh,
find
my
like.
son, we respect all religions, all gods. There's going to be a bunch of carvings on. There's several different places like that.
Specific like deity.
Bahamut.
Bahamut.
And like I'm an alkalite.
But it's Irregard.
If I were to meet a group of them, that would like feed and house me, and they'd heal me and my friend.
That's the benevolent one, right?
The good.
Tiamat's the evil dragon.
Yeah.
Very much so. And then, sorry, been kind of neglectful. How about everybody else during this time?
Writing up the contract.
That's right. that's a fine fucking print there, too.
Calligraphy kit or whatever.
Yourself? Anything? I missed all this?
What was going on with the Black Circle?
I'm
So they're negotiating.
getting him. Part of our negotiations on helping him.
Yeah.
Is to help fund reestablish a new Black Circle base in Irregard.
Okay. I'm into that.
And money every day.
Yeah, into that too. Could we get some funds for the Church of Bahamut?
That's on you.
Not something that you would
I'm not a
typically fund.
churchy kind of boy. You get me.
Black underbelly influences, 10 platinum, no problem. You wanna find what? The silver winged? Oh, good.
Religious
Good,
magic
good.
can have its perks when dealing with massive entities like this or mycelium network.
To which Sigma
Somebody with high
responded,
power.
I am a god!
And then Dr. Mizram will say like something like an old man would say like, "Dear boy, this place seems to be forsaken by the gods. Look around."
And as you look into the Draw's eyes with the spider webbed sort of irises that are reflecting back at you, your own image. Oh, yeah.
Do my eyelids blink like
Damn, I should have put it on a separate piece.
Do I have double eyelids?
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
Yes, you do. And your first layer comes out when you use your fire breath. Or whatever breath.
Everybody signed the contract.
Nonetheless, as my offer stands,
At the bottom
glad
there,
to
send
have
my guy's signature.
a unique talent set. Help me
Elegant?
with my
With that said, you guys have funding. Funding can go towards your base directly, and then you can pay out wages from there.
It's my guy's signature.
So if you want to be responsible for it, basically you're hiring
I'll
the
hire
Black Circle,
That's
and
hot.
you're hiring the rest of them.
They're honorary Black Circles now.
I don't know how I feel.
I will.
Being a righteous fanatic.
I'll put in a word with leadership to.
You said you're right, fanatic. The Black Circle isn't religious; they're a thieves guild.
Yeah, they're thieves. I'm like justice.
Well, they're a network that gets things done. They make things come full circle.
Am I gonna feel corrupted by this?
Are you your pal?
I just work here.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
feel
like-
corrupt working with me already?
Nah, you're a cool little bro.
Alright, so leave it at that.
You guys are tight.
Tight as fuck.
Yeah.
I scared the shit out of him the first time he met me.
No.
He likes me now.
I don't have any.
He's got a big booming voice.
It's a complicated signature.
What's up, Eric Star?
He got balls.
What if you fit a fancy hair?
And I'm like, he's 3 feet. And I'm like 7'6", so
I
it's like,
admire your balls.
I like that.
He likes balls.
I like your balls.
Yeah, he rolled in and rolled like a 25 or
I like-
intimidation check or something like that.
I pick them up all the time, and like run with them and shit.
And everybody's
Get them
excited
to the
as shit.
battlefield and like jump.
Certified.
Okay, so
Yeah,
It's like a
put,
big
some
ugly
dragon
dragon with
style
a-
lights on it and shit.
yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
Oh, red
Master
out
Blaster.
token all this. With that, there.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, by all means. You contract with your peoples. The contract going around. What do they sign? Do they just sign with a pen, a mechanical pen, a quill, blood?
Um,
I signed in web.
I screw off my pinky finger. I
Wipe your ass
it.
with it.
Click the end of it. It's
Web?
Very good. Yeah, right on.
That's
With that said, it passes around, and halfway through, somebody's like,
At church.
doing one of these with the finger, right, trying to get
Hey, man.
more ink out.
Do not fuck with my contract.
a red pen.
Wait, was that something that? Sorry. Well, no, I-
Give it
some
also a
teachers.
personal signaturing, so.
Yeah.
They reward the
Just
thing.
pay high.
Ah,
And like a fancy signature.
If that's a necessity to
With that said, no. The thing goes around, you give it a sign. Do you have some signet wax, or are you gonna sign? Or how are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna find.
No, she. Like,
I'm gonna
Alice
find
is making
some
the thing.
kind of I was thinking like some kind of charcoal and just stamp it.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. That's totally 100%, yeah. Done and done. With that, stamped, signed, sealed, delivered. The contract goes around. Done and done for each character as
We added
well.
to the contract.
I'm eyeing.
Oh, there's amendments, is there?
Yeah. Also funds to the church.
I'm eyeing your headband of intellect.
I'm not even wearing it. It's in my satchel.
Not. I just might disappear with.
You have to sign it too, man. You have to sign it too, Taylor.
Okay, I gotta read it first. My glasses.
You don't trust me?
With that,
Just right at the bottom, plus $1
I'm
million.
going to send us a brief montage of this as you guys are reviewing contract and equivalent specifics and getting everything hashed out as the Black Circle is reinstated in Erengard with its new captain and its coterie of specialists. And with that,
It's on. It's here already. The amendment's already at the end. These are your guys' signatures down here.
Yeah.
Is that it?
no, there's the old one. But it's awesome.
Very well.
Done. Last thing is we're going down there.
Tight.
In the far seas, another song could be Riverside, motherfucker.
That's true. What the hell?
Is Nest T an artificer?
Yes. I have an arcane firearm.
Maybe. Did you say you?
I said, do you?
But my other weapon is a crossbow.
Congrats on the new job, sir. Says if you were burning star. With that said, as the contract passes around, agreement's made, quibble is done, and handshakes all around. for emergencies.
barrels of this stuff in existence.
Only the urn gardens are known to.
Only here.
In an outpost. About 50 kilometers.
Yeah, this has got to be.
No. This one's just a hole in the ground, as opposed to the laboratory and all the sort of thing that Sigma had set up before. But it's time to leave.
Yeah.
And how are you getting there? You have all the resources of this place at your disposal. Imagine how you can get there. It is
Or a blink there or
shit,
something?
there you go. Thank you. Yeah.
Could we portal in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, you guys got to get to this outpost that has the hydrosulfide in it, concentrated elemental goop, as it were. The outpost is about 50 clicks away. It's through the thick of the brush, and it's more or less a hole in the muck.
You said we have all the attributes needed to get there, so
But you have all the resources of.
portal.
You can absolutely try to portal it.
The word try again.
Throw me
Try.
a persuasion, investigation. Those of you who care to.
I'll
Investigation.
intimidation.
No, investigation or persuasion, an 18 or better.
60.
That's not an 18. Or 18 or better. Guidance.
I got a plus
I'll do
4
it.
on persuasion.
18.
Yeah, I didn't even have to roll it.
24 persuasion.
Here we go. Try it. Let's go for
9
it.
investigation.
The two of you, with the authority of the Urn Gardens, you imitating Tycho as need be, although it's really just to say, yeah, in the background, you throw your weight in the face of those that stand between you and the mage's laboratory. With this music crescendoing, you aren't listening very clearly, and you keep telling people to get out of your way and get to those portals and get that Zeus charged up and get us what we need, and you're just following in with Tycho's bastard daughter. I mean, you're letting her do, she's doing it fine.
Because he's like the head mage.
Your hips hurting at the moment, really. They just ignore you for a second and they'll go away, and you'll be back up to yelling at people, find yourself, and you're fine with her doing it for the time being, damn it. And there it goes. Pop.
She's just squad captaining everyone at this point.
But yeah, quite literally, as the music crescendos and things start to charge up, you watch as lightning arcs overhead, as the chevrons and nearby acolytes, of course, two of them working away at one of those little pillars as they set all of the stones in position, and the whole of it suddenly charges up. The next thing you know, the whole of this circular shape illuminates and shows a simple portal that leads to a thick set of brush and, comically enough, a singular stone outhouse-looking door situated in not even so much of a clearing, but amidst all the other brush. Just a flatter point where this doorway resides on the other side of this portal, and you can see mushrooms adorning carpeting all around. And avoiding this particular doorway for about maybe 50 paces in all directions. The tree's thick, and the tree's covered in mushrooms here and there. Still not that much covering on them, I might say. There's lots on the ground, but the trees themselves seem more or less left alone. You know, the average amount of mushrooms you might find crawling their way up. Nothing more, nothing less. Dare you say there seems to be a strange balance. Although very thick and musty still, you can even smell the muck coming through the portal as the thickness, the headiness, all that oxygen just wafts through towards you. Almost a breeze, a rush of it hits upon you. The camera pans against the lot of you. You guys don't want to go through?
Is there any openings that my spider would fit through?
I'm sorry?
In the door?
I mean, it's way over there on the other side of the portal. You can jump through.
I'm familiar
Okay.
with this place.
When we jump through,
That
we
music's
get back, right?
really different.
Yeah, can we get back through the same portal?
Excellent question.
I'm sure it closes after a short time.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know that it closes. You also have. I also want to say
Can we
it's a
have-
quick montage that shows you guys each have a signal stone that will. Or actually, just a straight up sending stone. You get them a sending stone that connects you back over.
To
To send
Like,
another
to get
portal?
them to
To one of your
open up
acolytes.
plans?
Your
We can signal them to open it up.
Right. Alright, okay.
We all have a withdraw button.
And this is all routine.
Will it withdraw
to
from
me,
the
so
wherever we call
I
it,
guess I'm
or
not-
will it withdraw from that same space?
What's that? Sorry.
Well, can we contact them anytime and it'll happen where we are, or will it just open up the gate to where we walk through?
No, these are sending stones, and then they'll have to send a portaler out to you.
if we're
Basically, you can call for evacuation.
To that same
Some
door.
fucking guy with a big fucking phone in his neck.
I mean, whatever it takes. This is the Iron Gardens after all.
Let's
They've
make a
got a
run for
second
that.
heat of battery packs.
Let's make a run for that door.
That sounds like fun.
I'm more of like a walk slowly.
I have
through
a-
the lock with the
well, how about
stick
this?
kind of
I
guy.
I have a mask, so I can go make sure it's unlocked and then pick it.
It's
before I go
unlocked. This is the storage shed for. Well, I guess it is the most valuable substance in the world, though, so it probably is locked.
Well, let's just go.
Or do you have a key for it?
Yeah, I.
Because
have
we all have
access
masks.
to this place, right?
Do we need to be masked up to get there safely?
No, I'm just saying it smells like really thick. Oh, I see what you're saying. Insofar as that, I just wouldn't. Is it going to kill
Seems
you or
pretty
turn you
reasonable.
into a thing? I mean, it was what I was describing before.
Yeah.
They would
There's
know
no locks
from
on the
their
door or anything, to my knowledge, right?
Which doors? Sorry.
The door we're looking at.
The door we're looking at.
Oh, directly ahead.
Yeah.
It actually does have a padlock hanging on it. An old rusty thing. There's a bunch of vines that are kind of sprouting around the thing. It looks like disheveled and covered in foliage, but not mushrooms.
Do you have a mask? Do you want me to go unlock it? I have a mask.
That's yeah.
You step through and I'll wait a minute and
I'll go
see
through
if
the
you
portal.
feel it.
Yeah.
You step through.
Slowly.
The
with
camera
my
comes to the
stick.
one side and shows as you do so, going from this royal sort of place, as it were, to a wholly different area. As you end up on the other side of this strange place, staring out across the space, is once again what you've always known it to. Oh, that's not right anymore. What you've always known it to be is a thick, heady space full of foliage, greenery on all sides, and a sense of foreboding thick from underfoot. As you stare ahead towards the doorway, you're not sure what to expect, but a storage space, best you can figure.
Nonetheless, I would mage armor on myself.
Okay.
This place always gives me the creeps.
He seems fine.
He's standing there on the other side, breathing, fine.
For an old man. Maybe wheezing a little bit.
Get walking, easy.
And for an old drow that's like thousands of years old. 1,000 years. Elves live like 750 years old, something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. As you guys get beyond it, one after the next, entering into the space beyond.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Start making our way to the door.
There's a montage of you guys entering upon this space, surrounded by nature on all sides. Massive greenery sprouting up from Faerun's surface, sprouting up towards the sky, thick and covered in green leafy goodness all around you. The whole of the expanse,
Where'd that salad go?
playing on your senses with all the presence of all nature has to offer. And as you stare upon your destination, just yonder, hay bales over here, over there, and a singular doorway. Actually, I'm gonna do there you go.
This music's foreboding.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
As Chuck was gonna
Dr. Mizram's still fascinated by how fast these mushrooms grow. Bends down, grabs a sample, puts it in his pocket.
You do so?
Study it further. Perhaps it can be blended with a living thing.
Or into a mushroom shake. So the beach.
Oh, there you go. Very good. So, do the thing. Where's the camera? There you are. Should have missed sooner. Boing. Thank you, away. As you guys are staring ahead upon the doorway, situated there, looking at it, all lonesome and such, you notice, like I say, the mushrooms all around. You grab yourself a sample. The samples that you touch upon, they writhe about on your fingers a little bit. The sproutlings that sprout from your skin itch upon your skin for a moment before they die off. Unable to hold themselves upon your body, but trying to nonetheless. And as I said, it itches for a moment as if you're feeling them eating at you. There's some servants along the way.
It's fascinating. Just a quick experiment with my new powers. I put this fungus into contact with my raised skeleton. Like, put it right inside its rib cage. I'm just gonna leave it there for a while and see what happens.
Okay, that sounds fine.
It wanted to attach to me, correct?
It tried to, yes. And then, so you do it on your skeleton. The skeleton seems to support it slightly. The spores that come off of each set that die upon it sprout anew in a strange, magically induced cycle. That said, as you're doing this, you hear a tremor as you look over towards, and you hear a familiar giggle once again.
Kid?
And you hear the familiar shh. And for a moment, you can see the silhouette of a black snake against the horizon, just writhing as the darkness undulates for a brief second before it goes back to being just the horizon.
The god.
Around you. With that said, you hear the giggle and you hear the voice looking for things that you maybe shouldn't be looking for. But I'm not going to stop you. I'm having so much fun.
Can we see him?
You can actually, as the camera pans and there's a gun, and you see the little boy standing off to the one side.
Is the giant snake with him?
No. Or is it? But as he's situated just to the one side, and he's staring at you, and you guys just see like a little wooden mask that's situated on a boy that's staring over towards you guys, as you think you see something writhing next to it, just at the edge of your visibility.
I telepathically ask him, why shouldn't we be after this goo?
Why should you? What are you trying to prolong? This whole place is always going to eat itself. That's why I'm dead.
Are you dead?
As he laughs and such, you watch as like the mask kind of clatters into the ground, and then a moment later pops up over yonder. Well, yes, aren't I? What would you say? Maybe. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm undead. Maybe I'm re-dead. Maybe I'm too dead. Not dead enough. Secrets. You hear as the whole place kind of tremors and echoes, and the door just sits there, unmoving, unshaken, as the boy beckons. And as he does so, you watch his coattails kind of sprout out of him, and like three of him appear next to each other as he beckons towards the door. Right. This. Wait. My friends. And then he disappears altogether. As he disappears, I'll say that the mushrooms are mutating more than you would know.
What do you mean by that?
As if to answer you guys, there's a bit of a tremor. And at first you think it's just leaves that are starting to sprout through. But you realize it's tentacles. But a moment later, with the tremors continuing, something massive and wicked alongside several mushrooms oops, easy there, sprouts out as this thing, I'm going to say, crawls itself out from behind you guys. This here. And as the camera pans against to show its massive figure behind you, it lets out a terrible roar. With that,
Moving, right?
Shield lifting.
I had another one.
Is it, do we get any free action or is it?
You may take one free action.
Go.
Seppuku.
As this guy sprouts out from the
You
one
want to play
side.
Sudoku?
No, Seppuku.
Seppuku now.
Is that enough for I can cast a spell?
Sure.
Can I cast a spell on him? Or just defensive?
You can cast a spell.
Hex then. Well, I guess Hex is a bonus action. Oh.
While you guys are figuring out what you want to do, remember you all go at the same time. So
Cast a mirror image on myself. Harder to hit.
I'm gonna strike it with
Oh, I know.
Scorching Ray. 23 to hit.
Who's got more of a role necessity? I can bless 3 people.
A what?
Like an attack roll that's really vital. That might not be as good. Or
Well,
a save throw.
he attacks.
Yeah, so we've got 6.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I can bless 3 people.
I was thinking of going darkness
It'll let you
on
add
this
one
guy
more to-
and leave you guys the big guy. I'm just thinking I don't want to fuck anyone up with my darkness.
yeah, so it was
Darkness.
23 to hit.
You're gonna cast
taking
darkness?
damage.
Yeah. On who? Myself. Oh. Yeah. So does that work?
You're gonna go after them, and we're
I
gonna
was
go to this
I was
guy?
thinking of going and fucking up that guy.
the far red.
Yeah. It's a fine guy.
You're right next to him. Or are you the redhead?
Is that just another tentacle or is that a separate thing?
It's a separate thing.
So that's one thing, 2 mushroom things, and then this tentacle guy.
And are the mushroom things part of him? Is that what I get? I don't think they were like tentacles.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's all one.
That's what I thought.
Which one's your? Yeah, which Jordan's?
Huh?
It's just scarred back.
It's just Scar's bad, but it's like real fucking.
Eh.
I took some liberties.
Yeah, you didn't do it right.
Well, you just wrote Scar's bad one all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a goblin would.
We have
I
just
just
made a
made
jagged
some
Special
bad-
effects going on.
Tweaking.
Alright. Sorry. Where are we? As this all tears up out of the ground.
So is this?
Hang on. As all this tears up out of the ground, there was one crucial step that suddenly everything camera wipes for a quick montage where it shows you leading the crew to this giant arched stone entryway and a massive sort of crest of the Urn Garden household situated overhead, just hanging there in the archway like teardrop style. And in front of that, it's got a massive plaque. Actually, you know what? Hanging off it, it's got a sign that has 2 sigils that says Quartermaster. And as you enter in upon this space, you see kind of all around you guns. I need lots of guns. Every sort of kind of gear, for the most part, that you would imagine, and many that you wouldn't, including what seems to be several prototypes towards different sorts of exoskeletons that are sitting in old storage. And you remember that Pashmo and Minocchio had a side movie once upon a time, and suddenly it hits you the whole thing. This has been researched previously, and it's actually just an illusion rule of it. Anyhow, history aside, as you look upon the Quartermaster, and the Quartermaster looks upon you all, the Quartermaster gives a nod and takes the key from you, and he puts it into a lock, and as you guys watch, in the distance you hear a rumble, and a door opens up, and a railway kind of extends itself out across the floor, and a kind of mine cart with seats and a covering comes rolling in there. No, this is like total montage before all this happened. Because, by the way, totally important thing. And it does kind of that was a Gringotts sort of bank thing where you guys roller coaster out to a fucking singular vault underground. And as the vault opens up, you see a small armory inside available for the picking. Inside, you each find a studded leather coat of +2, which is to say it's a woven leather, immaculate-looking Aaron-Garten coat that has the Aaron-Garten crest emblazoned in the center of the shoulder blades.
Wait, woven or woven?
It's a
Like a wolf.
Oh, no. It's a woven leather and woven leather and metal coat. And it's studded leather armor +2. But I'm just describing what it is effectively like a coat that you put over it. It's a bit of a shell that way. But yeah, studded leather +2. And then, what was I going to say? Is boots of striding for swamp. Is it boots of striding? Might be boots of striding.
The ones that let you walk on water?
They'll let you go through difficult terrain.
Infinitely?
Boots of striding and springing, yeah. These things, they're not boots of jumping, but let's see here. Yeah, while you wear these boots, your walking speed is 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher. The walking speed isn't reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor, and you can jump 3 times the normal distance. Though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow. So, a little bit of math there, but that's what we have. Striding and swinging. So there's 6 pairs of these situated. Or no, we'll say there's 8 pairs of these situated in this space. So there's 8 of these suits. Leather armor, boots of striding and springing. These are canon. And then as far as weapons go, there's an assortment of bows, short bows specifically, and long bows, as well as scimitars and great axes. Scimitars, great axes, and spears.
Right, regular scimitars?
No, these are all +2.
+2 scimitars?
+2 scimitar, +2 spear, and there's 8 of them, 8 of each. So
8
you can take
each.
an 8 +2 spears if you want to just throw. I'm just saying.
I got a +1 scimitar of fire, which might be better than the +2 scimitar.
I have crossbow +1 already. Is there crossbow +2?
There's no crossbows. Long bows and short bows. They're made out of bone, blackened bone, burnt blackened bone, and like I said, they're +2.
What about crossbow bolts?
We sell all this stuff too, though, can't we?
You could.
Or is this is our inventory, kind of?
It's like, yeah, it's meant for you guys, but if you took it and sold it, it'd be
I got it. Yeah.
taking it and selling.
Yeah.
Is there
There's
any
nothing wrong with being a little
now?
over prepared, and then if we don't use it, we sell it.
This,
Like I said, you can take the spears if you want.
Is-
Just
is-
fine. You can take whatever you want.
That'd
That's
be
fine.
something for like either YouTube doing spears.
Like, well, are there any like
But
+1 heavy armors?
+2.
No, there are no heavy armors. They have leather armors.
Can I wear leather
Sorry,
underneath my leather armor?
studded leather +2.
Yeah.
They
Can
have
you wear-
8 suits of studded leather.
Can you
+2.
wear studded leather?
See, look at that. We're both at 16
No.
now, anyways. Or you get 17
No, mine.
for your AC. If
Just
you put
pads it out,
+2
you know.
studded.
I fully feel that. 100%.
I'm at 21.
+2 studded?
I have this black
Are you not grabbing
flames.
the
It's
studded
so
armor?
bad.
That's
Flames on it?
supposed to be 15.
Right, so that thing, it does a
That
D6
is
of
13.
damage to anybody within your 5-foot aura while you wear it. While you wear it, you have a 5-foot aura
Plus
that does a
2.
D6 damage to anybody within that aura.
Are you dexterity based class?
And you don't
Yeah.
flame on or anything, but you will immolate anybody or
So I have 16.
anything within 5 feet.
+2 leather?
D6 fire
Studded
damage.
leather.
D6 of fire damage. So
One
if
second.
you're
you wait.
if you're sitting on a wooden chair, if you're within range of a wooden house,
There's
anything
16.
like that, you'll slowly start to
You're
burn
about
it.
the same.
If
But-
I'm wearing it.
Stuff I currently have is better anyway.
That's pretty
Huh?
sweet.
Stuff I have right now is better anyway.
Anybody that you can't control with
Because I
burn
have
or
16
burn
plus
into your
fire
bodies or something like that.
Yeah, I used it.
On
And
my
next time we
wizard
take a little rest,
specialization,
take a set,
when we
and
allow
swap
to do
these
careful
visuals
spells,
to do set.
which
Oh, can you
is
affect
like
it with
fireballs
magic?
and stuff.
Oh,
It's not meta magic. It's
Yeah, but then-
what's it called?
Wait, is your
Does it
My
affect
AC
magic
is
items?
16
though?
plus
That's
fire.
really question.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if it
Oh,
says it
oh,
affects
shit.
magic items,
Nice
or
element
magic
change.
impacts that way.
oh,
Yeah, the wording will tell you.
so it's like the same.
If the wording says so, then fine.
I
Otherwise,
cast an evocation spell
Okay,
that
never
affects
mind. Yeah.
other creatures that I can see and choose
Yeah, I
a
was
number
looking into
of them.
sorry, start from the beginning. It's an evocation spell you cast.
When you cast, yeah. So okay.
But that said, So scimitars, great axes, spears, and I believe that's what I said.
Yeah.
And then longbows and short bows. All +2.
How many of the leathers were there again?
Sorry?
How many of the leathers were there?
8. 8 sets of leather +2.
I'll take that +2. Sure.
Can I put
Yeah.
a set of this armor on this skeleton?
I'm into it. Done. Yeah, 100%. The mushrooms infect it and the foot now.
Give him the boots.
The mushrooms would infect it, but the magical properties, they wouldn't fall apart.
Would it do anything effectively as far as AC for the skeleton?
I mean, the skull, yeah, it would have plus. What is the AC?
I think it's normally like 2. Or
Yeah.
Give him the spear.
So it's gonna have a 16 AC at that point, I think.
Well, what's the skeleton's dexterity?
So it's, if I remember, they have a +1 bonus. So they'll have an 11 there, and then if you throw studded leather, that gives you
14.
Yeah, and then +2, 16. So it's not bad.
Skeleton's AC.
Usually they come with chainmail to get there.
13 is the staff basic.
Yeah. So again, as I was saying, studded leather is 14 +2 gets you to 16. So 16 on a skeleton, not bad. Wrapping him up in one of the big. It kind of like chitters and clatters as his bones rattle together.
Pretty beefy skeleton.
I mean, at that point, yes, I don't disagree. That said, anything else to declare? As the cart back from the vault awaits you,
Skeleton.
you guys
will
get
have
yourself all geared up.
a short sword and a sword bow. That's what
You can give him a
staff.
scimitar +2. That's fine.
I'll take that.
Done.
Yeah.
The soldier has a +2.
Any +2 morning stars?
No. There's scimitars, there's great axes, there's spears, there's longbows, there's short bows, and there's studded leather +2. It's literally a capsule of specific gear that's meant for specialists doing a specific type of work.
Oh, okay. Like a SWAT team.
Yeah,
That's what they're not doing.
Okay.
they do. Sorry, I forgot fucking arrows. My apologies. There's we're gonna say there's 60 arrows +2 arrows of.
But if we have +2 short bows, does it?
Or sorry, there's 60 arrows of fire damage, so it's just a d6 of fire.
Alright, so how do you want to split that up? I use arrows.
I use
Oh.
bolts.
I just magically generate ammo, so I'm not worried.
Anybody else use arrows?
And my crossbow
I
gets
could
the
probably
fire
take one
damage.
crossbow.
So
It's
Yeah,
arrows.
the one I got
bolts.
only came with 3.
Arrows, not bolts. It's
Oh.
just arrows.
I think it's just you.
Just me? You got a bunch
this
of
fucking go hard, buddy.
I like that. Okay, I'll put it in your bag.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because everyone's all excited.
So how many are you gonna hold on?
Like, yes.
10?
This is the best.
So 50 in my bag.
Yeah.
The Iron Guard
Nothing.
are certainly going to supply anybody who's willing to take up their arms,
You got nothing?
especially in desperate times.
My arm's better. My weapon's better. But we don't have the bolts. We don't use
Would you
morning
like
stars.
this ring?
Oh. What ring?
This ring. Put it on.
So,
It steals
with
your
everything
soul.
happening,
Is there a long sword
I
+2?
opened with my circuit of blasting. I cast at level 3, which adds an additional fire blast, so it was a created hit for a total of 32 damage.
terrific.
So basically, she's gonna see this thing and go, "Rah!" and it's just gonna go.
Done. With that, you open up.
It blows up in its face.
Oh, that's not
You want to put it
No.
on, you have to
There it is.
Anyone.
Twitch's thing is gonna, it's
Tries to immolate its eyes out.
So it's everybody. Even you.
Just on reflex.
Did you?
I'm the healer. I'm a wizard. I don't know you're a healer.
All people live in
I get +2 to their saves.
Did you say these were like tentacle things coming out of the ground, like from him?
I almost died once already.
You see tentacle things that are spreading out of the ground around the place. Like
So we're back here.
leaves,
I see.
but-
Okay.
but
So
no.
these are their own.
Sorry, I should put this down. I have them right here. Apologies. Shazam.
I hope you have 10 tickles.
I mean, who doesn't want to get to? Yeah, tentacles.
And are those So are all of these things independent of the mycelium, or are they all connected together? Are they all hive mind? Can we perceive that? My insight's passively 15.
This is looking all too orchestrated and too extreme and
Hive
severe.
mind?
Maybe?
And I'm telepathic. Can I sense it? Hive mind?
No, what you do sense is the boy crying out, "This isn't me. This is not. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy." Maybe you can run from it. I don't think you can eat it.
I
Or
ask-
kill it. I think it'll eat you.
What do you advise?
Don't die. It says.
Can your snake god help us? What was that guy again?
This thing's like a big shambling mound of of all the leafies and shit that's coming out. As you ask this, you hear a sort of a rattling noise, and then a sudden echo of like 1,000 other rattles. As the boy responds, "Okay." So if you want to actually reach down and grab a black snake from where you're situated, Taylor, down at your feet, there will be a jar of snakes. Feel free to grab the black snake out of there. One of those guys, and you can place it on the board as it comes to.
Specifically?
Well, actually, I'll say that there's the simple ask: who's gonna ride Dembastra?
Can we all?
I volunteer as tribute.
It's up to you. You're the one talking.
You put the old man on the snake?
All right.
Oh, I thought you said volunteer Taylor.
What's your AC?
No, I volunteer as
What's
tribute.
your-
21.
Okay. All right.
To which
Okay.
Because I'm talking to him.
Oh, okay.
Dembastra simply responds: "Solides, a boy's spirit will let ride this day. Come hither, scaled one."
Comes
As
to
I flap toward,
Yeah.
as I
Yes.
leap up and
50 experience.
yes.
I leap up and kind of glide and just like saddle up like I was born to fucking
Quite
ride this
literally.
guy.
You guys have no idea what the fuck just happened. But I want to say that 1 minute there's whatever, and then the next minute you actually wink out of existence over here. You're over there. As suddenly you guys are watching crashing through the swamps, and you hear all around. As sure as shit, the scales actually mold slightly to give you a bit of a saddle with side bolsters
I keep
and,
my wings
and a
sprawled out.
5-point harness.
Just look at
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm kidding. But anyway, as you rev up your new Dembastra,
Shield on. Fucking.
Did you say you opened up your wings?
Not like fully.
I was
gonna
just gonna say, like,
it's like a
me
soft
and Taylor are both
top
watching.
It's like a soft top and speed, right? Alright, so that said, the snake comes out of fucking nowhere, from whereupon you situate yourself at its head. And as if this day, this moment, this night, fast oncoming, couldn't become any more insane, you hear the echo of the boy go, "Oh, here he comes." But anyhow, you were doing 32 damage.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff. And what did your character do during this time?
32 fire damage specifically.
Yes, indeed, actually.
I'll do a crossbow shot.
We're almost done.
I guess 2 crossbow shots, one with my action, with my bonus.
Oh, and she would have targeted the eyes and like the face. More specific, right?
Okay.
17 to hit
17 will hit.
for the first one, and then for the second one, that will be 12 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's okay.
I'll inspire you.
For one shot.
For what?
I have one hit. That's just a miss. You want to inspire me for?
I don't know. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that
I'll
was
take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually
sure.
holy shit, come to think of it.
Yeah.
When we played the full.
For all the
That'll
fun
do.
played like a 6-hour day, we all used
24 to hit.
inspirations in like the first hour.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's true.
I fucking slept in. I was like, yeah, let's meet at 3. I woke up at 3. It was New Year's Day.
Yeah, I missed it.
So first shot will be 13 fire damage.
Very nice.
Second shot,
Nice solid strike. Explodes against the creature.
will be 7 fire damage.
Area 252. It is obviously quite angry, infuriated, black stains across it. As one of the tentacles, suddenly the camera comes panning in, tearing it underground, just swallowing it. As it's swallowed away into a little pit down there, the camera pulls back and surveys the terrain before settling down against who's going next. Yeah?
I would like to
Where are you?
expeditious
Oh,
retreat.
there you
Right
go.
there.
It just fucking bails.
You have
Well, I'm not
those
leaving,
boots
but I
too.
am getting out of the way.
That was just the name of the movie. I'm gonna expeditious retreat. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Pass the ruler.
Yes, we can.
So, expeditious retreat for 30 movement with a bonus action, and then my actual move is 60 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna head this way, and then Eldritch Blast this guy.
Alright.
Does that give you flanking advantage?
Flanking advantage.
No, because he doesn't have an.
I feel straight
You
line.
don't get
Someone has to
flanking
be
damage.
attacking him.
You get advantage if.
Yeah, it's the advantage.
Oh, did you? I thought I
Yeah,
heard
flanking advantage.
damage.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Flanking advantage.
But yeah, you have to be in melee. It's not. You can't do it ranged.
I thought you could do it ranged.
No, you can. As a rogue, if somebody
sneak
else is
attack.
adjacent, you get advantage. Like pack tactics, but roguish.
Plus
Rogue
6. We got a
That's right.
14 and a 23.
Both hit actually. 14 hits dead on.
14, that's great. For.
Might as well use your guidances, you know?
Well, I guess I don't have any hex on them or anything, but I do get a D6.
And then what did you do? I just want to resolve everybody
I
here.
cast it around myself.
Okay, sweet, perfect. I can note that because we're gonna wrap it out here. So we're gonna like set up dramatics and then roll credits here because it's like rolls.
13 damage.
13.
Yeah. Oh, and I pull him to me 10 feet.
You pull him to you?
Hadar's
Okay.
grasp.
Go ahead, move him over. As your funeral. As you tug him, and like several of these tentacles just slap down on the ground. His tongue lolls out and like slaps back into his jaw as he gets ready to lob it forth.
So I
But
tugged him off.
you mirror image yourself, and yes,
I'm going to cast Levitate on myself.
Terrific.
Rise 20 feet up off the ground.
you do so. Sprouting yourself up, also making note of that for next session because we're going to be rolling credits right away here. But that said, you did your thing.
Do I need to be riding him, or can he be like helping us independently as like an attack kind of thing? The snake. Or am I riding him?
I just work here, sir. You chose to ride him, not me.
Well, I asked if he would come help.
And you did, and you chose to get on his fucking back and said he had a
You just-
saddle and shit. You went
Is he
pretty
gonna have
hard
his
on that
own?
one. I was like, okay, dude, yeah, he's in a
Is he
saddle.
gonna have his own turn separate from him, or is
That is the real question. And you know what, Nat? I would say yes.
Well, if
He
you
will have
have
his
the
own
mounted
turn.
fighter feat, doesn't need to mention it.
I do have
That all said.
So
So
yeah, is that,
you've done,
No, I don't have
you've done, everyone's done. Good stuff.
do I get an attack, or is that my action?
That was your action, okay. Summoning Dambastra and having a big black fucking snake that you can ride through combat next session, I think is pretty good. But that said, as there's whatever quakes, this guy comes out, and as the camera just pans down against Daddy in the distance. Oh my god, this fucking camera's dead.
My name is Jeff.
It sucks. This camera. There we go. He was on that side the whole time. Camera comes to
Maybe
the
your
side.
expeditious retreat was a good idea. Shit.
Big monster.
I'm riding a demigod.
Tell me how it feels. I rode one last 2 seasons ago, and it was
Great. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
it took out a fucking town.
Oh yeah, and it's like
how big is this?
chomp.
So this is like a
Pretty big.
60-foot snake?
I'm slithered up, so like,
Yeah.
extend that out.
80-foot snake.
100 feet.
What anaconda don't?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
this motherfucker.
So with that, as it comes out and as it shows you guys from up on top, on high as such, I guess I'm and credits roll.
Just for future reference and curiosity,
Yes, sir.
how much damage would a 90-foot drop do?
For that,
Oh, well,
Just in
I guess that
general.
depends on your weight. 'Cause
it's
then you
so
have
after the first 10
velocity.
feet, it's a d6 every 10 feet. In short,
Very good.
96.
Guys, I have an idea.
after the first 10 feet, every 10 feet after that is a d6. So 20 feet.
in the sky. Watch them just.
So 90 feet.
Well,
Basically what I
especially
do is
if you factor
anything
in
over
weight,
10
it's
feet,
gonna add to velocity.
up to 20 feet, and they can roll in athletics or acrobatics. If they can roll out of it, they're okay. And then anything over that, I'll just like, oh, you fall.
This giant tentacle thing just cartwheels out of it.
Yeah. Well then, Riley, would you hit? What would you like least?
I don't know. I really liked kind of that exploration of this new area that we're kind of coming to. Sorry, I totally brain fried for a second.
After that.
Yeah, coming to this new area, new monsters are always fun, really.
I got a new bigot here. Look, look at it.
It's very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I can't wait for this thing to TPK the shit out of us.
You guys are level what? 6?
6.
Yeah. You guys are fun. Would you like? Would you hit? What's least?
I like that it looks like it's from Futurama.
Doesn't it just? He's cute.
And they're both
I really
3.
like that.
It's literally the same thing. There's a Frogmoth Elder. I've seen it. I was like, well, you're going home.
I wrote Uber Frog Monster in my notes.
That'll do.
And I also really like that I can just open up by blasting this thing in the face.
Yeah, he can take it. So can he.
Yeah, but I still like being able to do that.
Oh, I want to say this is like
So just sort of flat.
destroyed.
So where we're trying to go is gone?
It's like this now. Actually, you know what? It's off to the side, and there's just a hole here.
Isn't this like the
Yeah.
storage space? Why
Yes.
are they doing
It's next to it. When this thing falls over, you see that there's like a hole in the ground. So while this is an old, rundown, disheveled, totally secure place, there's a bunker tunnel right here that's leading down. And as the camera's like in the midst of kind of the credits, the camera just goes down this hole, and it's just a long ladder down, like the one out of Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't know if you remember that one. Anyhow, with that, Kirk, would you like what James was?
That was fun role playing. And some good exploration. And this looks like it'll be a fun fight.
Yeah, time to bring your A game.
It's a good setup.
Oh, also, there's gonna be whatever gung ho bullshit there, but we don't really have a chance. We didn't really have a chance to do a mid session for Olo, but I want to say that there's like a mid credit scene where it shows Olo like punch a hippogriff and then get dragged through a hallway and then kick somebody else in the face that we don't recognize, and they like fly at an airlock, and then it shows him like hold his breath. And I'm kidding, you didn't have to do that. Like jump between ships, and then it shows you like swashbuckling moment. And the next thing you know, it shows you like going through some all this fire around you. One after the next scene just goes flashing past, and then it shows you like walking away from a wreckage. Back on Faerun.
I created a picture. My last character
Cool guys don't
got
like
sucked into
explosions.
astral space. He has to do it. So he's working on finding his way out right now.
Oh, I see.
You took it from me?
That's cool.
I'm good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, moments, here you go.
Where's your other stuff?
What XP?
Yeah.
What XP we get?
Everyone can take. You guys will. Everyone can take. Yeah, I was gonna say actually 2,500 XP.
25.
That said, so all those back
2,600, everybody.
and is coming up over the crest of the hill and literally is like yonder and sees this shit.
Really? Olo's
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking right.
So next session you can play the both of them. Meanwhile, you guys also hear a fucking call. I'm not even kidding, but we'll get there later. As there are banners flying, there are shouts, there are war drums, and there's an angry orc tribe on the loose With that said, Jordan, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was your favorite part? What'd you like the least?
Should be fun. I like all the role playing, like how creating new faction of home base.
Mhm.
My group got myself with an official dragon thief.
And an
I'm
income.
gonna tell Bahamut all about it.
You guys have a contract with
And
income.
we got a
You
whole
have
fucking search of Bahamut.
a crew.
Found it now.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, we should slowly get quite a bit of
We're gonna be
people
getting
everywhere.
some funds coming. We got a lot of
What do you mean a
monetary
whole new church of
manipulation.
Bahamut? Your contract doesn't. Your contract just said once for the church of Bahamut.
Yeah.
We need that.
Which will help fund,
What he puts the money towards, that's another matter altogether. I mean,
Me?
you're paying the Black Circle.
which is him.
What you're paying, that's up to you.
Yeah.
That's up to you. So with that said,
Well,
you
he's
can
paying,
totally do whatever you
he's
want.
paying the Black Circle and each individual and the church.
Well, it's not $100 a day for all of you.
No.
No, for each of you. It's for all of you. What it's at.
Yeah.
It's the group. And so how that's working is it's going to the Black Circle, and the Black Circle's paying all of you.
Oh, you didn't read the fine print on the contract, do we?
Yeah.
Get rich. Just kidding. It actually is written as the way the party gets 100 gold a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That all said, anything else? Yes, no?
We'll set up a special, like one of those vault stones, whatever.
The sending stones?
Whatever that we can.
Oh, the recall stone.
Yeah, he just puts gold coins in it, and it just goes into my.
Oh. What you need, I tell you, sir, is a portable hole. Actually, this is where a bag of gold is. That's in the purse.
How much XP did you say?
2,500.
And then we also got 100 bonus EXP throughout the session.
Yeah,
So-
I added that already.
Andrew, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was the roads least?
I like that we have a way back to the house, and also that I'm riding a god. That is pretty amazing.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
And what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was the roads least?
I really like the setting. The fucking bone mech. That's a mental image I've never considered before. Like,
Oh, you like that one?
that's the extreme.
I mean,
I
that's
was
like-
thinking of a boat golem.
there's that thoroughly, and by that rationale, Rick and Morty, where he has the fucking rat skeleton kind of.
Oh yeah,
Pickles,
right.
yeah.
Where he's a pickle. Yeah.
I'm a pickle, Morty. Sorry, Ezra.
Yeah, I really like the setting. I'm enjoying playing this character more and more. 'Cause, I normally am more a good aligned character.
Yeah,
That's
I remember
This
you
guy's-
vocalizing some trepidation about playing that kind of character.
Um,
Dark ones usually make you feel uneasy, so I'm really happy that you're enjoying him.
I think it's a matter of like how it's portrayed to you. Like,
And in most traditional parties, someone who is that character is very opposed to everyone.
yeah,
So I didn't
this
want
is
it
not
to,
that sort of campaign.
Yeah, once I realized that, I was
Although-
glad that it wouldn't derail our wanting to work together.
And that's the reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
The storyline is going that way, and in all fairness, like what you're discussing there, what you're raising there, in my mind, is not so much an issue that somebody wants to play an evil character, but that their dungeon master doesn't know how to channel that. And what you're seeing here is like clearly a very mixed bag of moralities at play.
Hey man, at the end of the day, money's money.
Anyone
But-
who find themselves in Iron
We
Garden
must stay
at all
virtuous.
must
Yeah.
have made some shady choices or something along
Exactly.
the line, right?
And this is what I absolutely adore about this campaign.
Perceived
Is that
virtue,
as things go,
perceived duty.
I mean, what was one of the major points that you guys learned this
20
session?
bucks, 20 bucks.
Those of you who've played
Well, that depends on the
many
realm.
many seasons, especially.
20 years doesn't get
might have noted. But what was something that you especially learned this session? And I'll give you a hint. It was while you were in the city, early on. Rather major detail, I thought.
What we learned.
Yeah, as players,
About-
in as much as characters.
About
The frog people.
You guys were talking to the frog. Sorry.
I wasn't there. I wasn't paying attention.
No, but as a
Because
player, I
wasn't
mean,
there.
by all means. And your character would thoroughly know this information to begin with, anyhow.
Well,
What's-
is it that
Circle's name?
Tycho?
Which one? No, Tycho's my
No,
father.
Sigma is in
Pinocchio,
2007.
Well, there's that. That was
and Sigma.
interesting. enough, But
Yeah.
Was
Is
it the
is
fact
that
that they were essentially the cause that had the Siskel and everything put in place?
yes.
Oh yeah, I thought we already
got
knew
that.
that.
I got the paper in.
What was it? What was it?
How like
Nobody would have known that.
the
Until
Irregardlings were the ones
Well, I
who
mean,
pretty
I
much
always
laid
kinda
the fucking
just
path for the
scaled
Civil
together
War to go into
Sigma.
place.
Even in
They
the
made
Volt
it happen?
campaign.
Well, yeah, they were like,
It just
people
felt
working
like
behind
there
it.
was something like
When did
a
we
weird
find that
current
out?
there, and I don't know.
From
The
the
pattern
mayor.
recognition was just
The mayor?
From the mayor.
recognizing, and it made sense in my brain.
I mean, villains are
Corollary.
villains. I'll give you that.
Or,
I don't know. Yeah.
I missed that.
I don't think I ever mentioned anything of a connection there, but
Okay, well then I intuited it, therefore I'm not surprised.
regardless, yeah, the point being, that's a rather big detail. And more to the point, as you guys continue forth, well, there's this to resolve, and then getting the goop back, and of course, finalizing your purification process. Thus, can you restore the population of Irregardling, and more to the point, bring this infection to heel.
What we're doing immoral.
Well, as I just said, right now you guys are looking for this goop for the simple reason of
To
Stopping
paint
it.
it in broad strokes like experimentation and adding it to these monstrosities that are being produced in the city.
well, there's always that sort of stuff too, but really
Yeah.
up front,
So is it
it was just the
mushrooms.
purification.
mushrooms?
Yeah, it's just to stop mushroom fear.
So it's a good.
After that, though, I mean, you got a whole barrel of this shit to play with, so sky's the limit.
If we can get a
Um,
barrel up the hole.
And that's the other thing. There must be a way, right? Goodness
How big
knows.
is the barrel? Does it fit in the bag of holding?
For one thing, yeah, probably.
Excellent.
Otherwise, gentlemen, ladies, always a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
For the night.
Of course.
Thank you.
Next time. Same DD time, same DD.
It's a pleasure.
Good game, Billy.
Cheers.
You back?
Later on.
I'll be back, yeah.
Sweet.
If I'm welcome
Yeah,
to.
of
I
course.
assume, yeah.
Killer.
That's why you're here tonight. Is 'cause
Yeah.
well, the last two sessions. And